Are we live? Is this it? If anybody's online yet, give me a quick yes, I can hear you loud and clearly, so we know that the audio is working well. Oh man, it's good to be back. It's been a minute. Been a minute since the last live stream. Yeah, 97 Shitbox TJ, what's up? First one in the chat, as always. I love it. Give me a quick loud and clear if you can hear me. Let me know where you're where you're watching from, what state, what city, where you're from. We're streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Marietta, Georgia, not quite Atlanta. All right, loud and clear. Perfect. All right. Well, welcome to another live stream. It's been forever since we've done one of these. I'm happy to be back here. We got a lot to talk about. We've been kind of absent here on YouTube for the last couple of weeks, almost month. And why that is, I'm going to go over that with you guys as well here right now, actually. We're going to wait until a few more people tune in, and then we're going to start with that. What is that all about, and what are we brewing up here? What's the reasoning for our absence on YouTube? I've been pretty active on Instagram stories and whatnot to kind of keep things floating and keep you guys up to date of what's going on in my life. But here on YouTube, we've been a little bit quiet, and that has reasons. Oh man, bunch of people coming on. McRae Smith, hey, what's up? Joshua, Jason Davis, Jesse Maston, Trevor, Matt Graham, awesome to see you on here. Cool. Definitely good to see everybody. Yeah, so we're definitely going to talk about that. What's up? Why have we not been posting any YouTube videos here lately? Then upcoming events, I want to go over that really quick with you guys. And a quick update on sushi. And then we're obviously going to dive into the obvious, which is 24 Hell and Back, and we're going to review all applicants. So we're going to go through everybody that has submitted a photo with their application. We've had about a handful of applications where people didn't submit a picture, so I'm sorry, but like there's nothing for me to review at that point, so it's nothing that I can include. Obviously, we're not going to leak any personal data here other than maybe your name and a picture of your rig. And then we're also going to go over all the YouTube submissions, which, man, you guys have been killing it this year. It's been really, really awesome. Super fun to watch who all had submitted a video application. So, cool. Also, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of some new merchandise that we guys have coming up that we're going to present to you at Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. Most of it is already on the website, actually, but we haven't really been pushing it. But whoever has been paying close attention to our merchandise store has probably already seen it. Yeah, so much to that. Cool. I would say let's dive right into this and go with the very first thing, and that is why have we not been posting any videos on YouTube lately? So we are brewing up something. We are working on something really, really big, and that has taken up a lot of our time, a little bit more time than expected. So I'll give you guys a little bit background information. You guys have probably all seen our last Hallenbeck Adventure, which is our adventure format that is kind of based off a 24 Hallenbeck, but since that we skipped the 24 in the name, as you can imagine, we go way longer than just 24 hours. Hallenbeck Adventure is a format where we go as long as the trail or the route that we're doing requires us to go. So the last one, the first one and the last one we released was in Cedar City, Utah. Videos on our channel. Will and I and Thomas from Fabinator 1 conquered a trail that was just absolutely insane. It was actually a trail that we scouted out for 24 Hallenbeck last year, but ended up not going with it because it was too long. I'm glad we didn't, because it took us all of 3 days with only 3 rigs and no camera crew to complete that trail. So you can imagine if we would have done that one for 24 Hallenbeck last year, it would have probably been a week-long Hallenbeck to get that trail done. So if you haven't watched that, go check that out on our YouTube channel. It's a thumbnail with the 2 pink helmets on the thumbnail. It's phenomenal. So we have a second version of that coming out, or the next season, so to say. This time, instead of 3 days, we went full 5 days, plus a travel day. So almost 6 days, honestly. And it was, again, Will and I, plus our really good friend, Max Dollinger with Rock Chalk 4x4. The 3 of us took on a trail, or a route, so to say, that was just out of this world crazy. We brought some really good friends with us that helped us to film all this a little bit better so we can kind of match the quality of 24 Hell and Back a little bit better. So, but it didn't really take up any more time to film. It was more of a run and gun kind of thing, same flavor as the one in Cedar City. But guys, let me tell you, the amount of footage that we got out of this trip was absolutely insane. So we thought that we can get this done in about a month and post it. That was not the case. It is such an insane amount of footage. We came back with the equal amount of footage as 3 Hellenbacks, believe it or not. So our editing team, aka Yanni, has been working around the clock for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks trying to get these videos done. And because it is impossible to put all this in one video, it's going to be a video series of probably 3 videos, or definitely 3 videos. And we don't want to have big gaps in between, so we're trying to get them all done and then start releasing them. But we definitely have outdone ourselves in the amount of content that we got on this trip, and it was, I have to say, probably the best off-road adventure, best off-road trip in, I don't know, probably of my life. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I can't wait to release these videos, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love them. We went, again, for 5 days, no trailers, over 400 miles that we covered, all starting from Kentucky, went all the way down into Tennessee, hit some of the most amazing off-road places that you can imagine, places that are not really well known. All of the places that we went to are kind of under the radar, and most of the places that we went to we haven't even been to, so something really, really, really special. On top of that, we camped wild and raw on the trail, no campgrounds or nothing like that. We camped in hammocks. We did not bring any tents. We didn't bring anything. We brought what we can fit into our rock crawling rigs, basically, and went on this 5-day trip. And not only did we cover an insane amount of trail miles and really, really hard terrain, hit nothing but black trails the entire time, but also put a lot of road mats on the rigs, which you guys can imagine is way harder on our rigs than the actual trails. So you guys are in for a treat. We're working around the clock to get these videos done, and that is kind of why the break on YouTube has been a little longer than I was expecting and we were planning for. But I know it's going to be worth it, and we want to do as good of a job as possible to get the series done. And yeah, we hope to start releasing this here very, very soon. And I promise you guys, it will make up for everything. It will make up for every week that we missed to release a video, because it's just as good as it's going to get for an off-road adventure, a true off-road adventure with gnarly wheeling, really good characters, funny moments, amazing campsites, or, random campsites, I want to say, because we camped where we had to. We didn't camp where we wanted to, which made it even cooler. We packed light, only the minimum amount of gear. It was absolutely awesome. So that is the reason for that. So first of all, thanks for everybody donating in the chat already. Really appreciate it. Oh, Will is in the chat. Mr. Carnage, Obertimer. Yanni is obviously in it. Awesome to see everybody. Very, very cool. Mike Sibley. Heck yeah. Very cool. Good to see all of you guys coming together this evening, taking time out of your wonderful evening to join me on this. And yeah, I'm excited to look all over your applications, and we're going to dive into this here in just a second. Next thing I want to touch really quick, Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion is coming up next week, so we will be there in the Warren booth this year. So Will and I are going to be hanging out with you guys at the Warren booth. We'll bring merchandise, the Jeepster will be on display, all of that good stuff. So definitely come out for that. If you're in the area, or if you're going to be at the show, come stop by at the Warren booth, come see us. It will be awesome to meet you guys in person, shake your hands, and thank you for your ongoing support, obviously. And then also, Wheeling with Warren is then the Sunday after Jeep Invasion at Windrock Park. So if you guys want to come out and wheel with us, we will be there as well on the trails with you guys. So that would be awesome to see you guys there as well. If you guys can make it happen on a Sunday, it would be amazing to see you guys out there. So that is the next thing. Last update, really quick, on Sushi. Sushi is sitting right in front of me, in front of my office here. Sushi is back home. We're still working out problems. Unfortunately, I am so busy with getting Hell and Back Adventure ready to go and planning 24 Hell and Back. I simply don't have the time to mess with it right now. It is literally just details. She runs and drives, but it's still, the fuel pump is overheating for some reason. We've done a couple of different updates and different regulators and whatnot, and can't keep the fuel pump cool, so that is still an issue. It's leaking in a couple of corners because we had to take the axles apart a million times, because I've never worked on a Toyota axle, and I've had some assembly issues, and then the paper gaskets that keeps some of the stuff aligned ripped in the middle of it, and we just wanted to get it done. So it's got a few leaks, which is not the worst thing about it. It's just more of a, yeah, it's a fuel problem at this point that we're gonna, figure out as soon as I have time to mess with it, which will be after this hell and back is done. So much to Sushi. She's sitting right there, running and driving, just not for very long. But all that will be figured out here shortly, and then you guys are going to get a video on that. I can't wait to put this thing on some dirt and throw it in some rocks and see how it performs with this insane amount of power gain. And like I'm telling you guys, driving this thing is a day and night difference. This thing is fast, really, really fast. So it's amazing. It's really, really cool. I'm super happy about the swap. Ian did a phenomenal job with the swap. Obviously, I helped there. I was there every second of it and gave him a hand as much as I could. But he definitely took the lead in all this. I learned a lot doing all of it, and it was just a really amazing time to spend time with Ian at Ian's shop, the Big Tire Garage, doing this project. So that was awesome, and like I said, I learned a bunch about it, and I still am, as we're trying to, weed out the last few issues here. So CCC, okay, let me see. Let's going on in the chat. Okay. Total Chaos, Alex, Oreo. That is awesome. Awesome to see all you guys on here. Very cool. If you guys have any other questions, anything, throw it in the live chat. I will try to sort through the comments and get to everything and answer your questions here while I'm on here. Marvin gets a 3.8 Toyota and says it's fast, guys. Hey, trust me, a 3,000-pound Toyota with a 3.8, that is more than double, way more than, it's almost triple the horsepower than this thing had originally. Yeah, so this thing flies, trust me, and it's got a manual in it, so mwah, amazing. So okay, Hellenbeck Adventure, Sushi, yeah, let's say, if you guys have any other questions, throw them into the chat, and I will get to that here in a second. One other thing I wanted to get you guys on, really quick, before we get started on this, because I've been slacking on pushing this stuff hard enough. I'm putting a lot of money down on this, and I think this stuff turned out really cool. We have a huge selection on hats now in our online store, flexrocksrollovers.com. So starting off with something we've never had before, flat bill hats. So flat bill hat number 1, camo here, embroidered logo in tan on here, snapback. So that is flat bill number 1. Flat bill number 2 is just a cool army green with a black embroidery, also snapback. And then the third one is the same one as this one, but in gray with a black embroidery, also snapback. So 3 flat bill hats, all snapback, embroidered logos, really good stuff. Then we got new tactical hats, the stuff that I'm wearing right now. Love these new hats. Tactical round bill hats, kind of with a net in the back and a snapback with a Velcro. Really cool hats. They look like a floppy when you just hold them like that, but they fit really well. They're super breathable. You don't sweat in them as much. Big fan of these. Really, really good. We got them in tan with a black logo and in black with a gray logo. And and then the 2 hats that we've always had, or for a longer period of time, my favorite wheeling hat of all time. These really, really awesome flex fit hats. They are fitted, but again, you don't sweat. Like when you sweat in those, it's really easy to wipe off. They last forever, and they're really easy to clean if you get them dirty. So favorite wheeling hat out there. And then we also always had these regular snapback round builds with embroidered logos. So those are also on the website. So we got a whole lineup of hats. All of them are on the website. I just wanted to get that out really quick because I haven't done that before, and I've been slacking putting out good content about this stuff because I'm, again, busy with getting Hellenbeck Adventure and 24 Hellenbeck ready to rock and roll. And with every order right now and ongoing, we're giving out these awesome Warren posters, which we will also have at Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. So, but also every order in the online store gets one of these. Cool. All right, let me see what you guys got. First of all, thank you for all your donations. I appreciate it. Golden Park, Golden Mountain Park Labor Day weekend. Be there. Oh man, I would love to. I don't think I can make that. I think Day weekend is the weekend before Hallenbeck, if I'm not mistaken, and like there ain't no way for me to make that happen. But I do want to check out Golden Mountain again. It's been years since I've been there. I heard the park reopened. I tried to go to the last event. Wide Open Design had a really, really awesome event as an opening event at Golden Mountain Off Road Park here in Tennessee. And I was on my way there until I found out that my trailer got stolen. So you guys have probably seen that on my Instagram stories. Huge bummer. My trailer got stolen, like I said, and unfortunately, everything around it is being kind of a mess. Not I don't really want to get into detail. I'm just going to get super rawed out about it because it is really, really, really frustrating. The lack of help that I'm getting from the authorities responsible or the authorities in charge about this is very, very disappointing. Everybody that is involved in that, the person that owns that trailer lot was a secured trailer lot that I paid monthly for. My dad paid monthly for. It's his trailer lot that he pays for, is not helping at all. Police, unfortunately, isn't helping at all. Zero investigation. It's pretty much like, I don't know, somebody steals a bicycle or something. They just don't care. Unfortunately, I get it. They have probably more important things to do. But for me, it's a huge bummer. It's a big problem that this causes for me. And it's just, man, I hate thieves with a passion. So, and you're just kind of in a left with a bad situation and a bad taste in your mouth about all of this. So much to that. That was the reasoning why I couldn't attend that event, which I really, really wanted to. Again, I was on my way up there up until I found out my trailer was gone. So let's see. Joe Compton, thanks for your donation. Who should be the next wildcard? Easy answer, in my opinion. Matt's off-road and the world's largest off-road wrecker. Guys, trust me, I've even talked to Matt about this kind of stuff. He's not the guy. There's several other YouTubers that you guys haven't seen on Hallenbeck that are not participating in this because it's just not their style of wheeling. It is just 5 notches too extreme for what they enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so Matt just hasn't made it out for any of this yet. I've brought it up to him a few times. I would love to see him. Who knows? Maybe one day. But as of right now, I don't know. Not for this year, at least. Who knows? Maybe when we bring it a little bit closer to them again, we will see. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that are from that side of the country, it's just not common, and no offense to anybody out there that is a West Coaster, which I consider everything west of the Mississippi West Coast, but people from that side of the country tend to not like to travel further than a state or two away, where people from the East Coast, I feel like it's almost normal and part of our hobby that if there's something going on somewhere else in the country, we pack up and we drive and we drive and we drive across the country, 2,000 miles one way just to get to another wheeling destination. That does not seem to be the case from people that are out west. So it's really, really difficult for us every year to get anybody west of the Mississippi to come and wheel on the East Coast. So it is what it is. It's up to you guys to mention that in the comments of the YouTubers and personalities that you want to see on a East Coast Hallenbeck to kind of put some fire under their butts and see if we can change that in the future. I've tried. I've had many commitments from big names that you guys all would love to see, that then turned back around and canceled or never committed in the first place. So much to that. Trust me, I have all of this kind of stuff in mind. But I'll be honest with you, I am extremely excited to throw a Hallenbeck this year that is not a influencer party like it was last year. And nothing wrong with it. I really had a good time last year. It was one of the best Hallenbecks we've ever done. But I love wheeling with just people that are in it for the passion of the sport and for, just good old trail riding at the end of the day. People that are in it for the right reasons and not to make an extra dime on the internet. And it is, I'm super, super excited to have a fairly down-to-earth group of people this year. I will not announce the exact list of drivers for this year's Hallenbeck up until the first video releases. For several good reasons, and I'm pumped for it. I would love to actually talk to you guys about it because there is some really, really cool, like the whole lineup is phenomenal. But The only thing that you guys will find out on Sunday is who the wild card winner is, and everything else will stay a secret up until the first video drops. So just FYI. But again, I am pumped to have Helen back, and I think a lot of you guys also. I've written a lot of comments in the last couple of weeks and through the release of the last Helen back. People complaining, oh, you got to be this major influencer in order to participate in Hallenbeck. No, honestly, you don't. Like, so some years we have more influencers, some years we have less influencers, and I will not, adjust my program or change a trail just based off how many influencers can I gather. Does it help me and does it help our program if some of the participants have a larger following? Absolutely, but the trail and my vision for what this next Hallenbeck or any Hallenbeck needs to be like is not influenced by how many influencers can I pack in there. I make up my mind about a trail, I scout a trail, and I plan the event before I start inviting people. I set the scene first, and then I'm going to try to bring in people. And whoever doesn't see the value in it or doesn't want to attempt or doesn't want to drive across the country to do this, fine. Not like totally okay. Gotta have respect for it, and I do, and it is what it is. But yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you expect a Hallenbeck to be loaded up with influencers, or do you care more about good old boys that like to throw down, that have badass home-built vehicles, and are just really good drivers and fun characters? Like, where do you tend to what do you attempt to be after more? Do you want to see influencers, or do you not really care if you know that person that is participating in Hallenbeck, as long as they're good drivers, have cool rigs, and cool personalities? I'd love to read that in the comments here, see what you guys' thoughts are. Obviously, the wild card, and I've also read that a few times, that, oh, you have a hard time winning the wild card application if you're not, an influencer, or you don't have a bunch of followers. Also false. The wildcard has nothing to do with your social media following at all. So last year's wildcard, Nick, was the best example. I think he has not even 2,000 followers on Instagram and no YouTube channel prior to this, at least. So it has nothing to do with that. Like, you have, even if you're not even on social media at all, you have the same chances as somebody with, followership. So let's see what you guys are saying to that. West Coast wheelers don't want none of this. Yeah, Jeremy, I guess is right. Carter Willard, West Coast is scared of slick rocks. You said that. I didn't, but yeah. There are trees and mud here on the East Coast. Yes, sir, they are, and they will mess you up. It's a different story if you're trying to pick a line, but then you end up way over there. Like, that is, you got to improvise with your skinny pedal. They said East Coast wheeling is too hard. That's yeah, people, that is the thing. I would love to see some of these guys. I don't want to start name dropping people or anything, but I would love to see some of the guys that were at last year's Hallenbeck that always wheel in Utah, Arizona, California terrain. I would love to see what their capabilities are on slick rocks. When you mix in a little water, a little mud, and you make it all a little bit more interesting. I want to see what they can do in this kind of terrain. I think all of you guys would love to see that, but unfortunately, it's been a pretty tough nut to crack. So what else do we have here? Let's see what you guys, diehard wheelers. Okay, so diehard wheelers over influencers, good old boys and girls, people who are down and have a good time. Yes, sir. William says, I like more crawlers. I know you do. Some of my favorite wheelers are non-influencers. There you go. I care more about the quality of the rigs than I do about the drivers. The rig makes the driver, not the other way around. Yes and no. A bad build rig can definitely influence the driving as well. But yeah, for the most part, I can, yeah. Will there be a burnout contest, Overtime Garage? I guarantee you that there will be plenty of chances on this year's Hallenbeck for burnouts. Not saying it'll be a burnout contest, but this year's Hallenbeck will have negative traction compared to all the other ones that we've done. So, like, it's not just a little bit traction, it's like negative traction. It's like basically like driving on ice. East Coast wheeling is the best wheeling. Well, I've been saying so. Peck Brothers may get to find out. Oh, who knows? Mild stars are the best East Coast tires. The West Coasters should fit right in. I guess so, man. I guess so. Personalities make it so much more fun. I agree. I agree. What's up, buddy? Wasteland Garage on you. That's awesome. Good to see you, Justin. All right, guys. I would say enough talking. Let's dive into some of these applications. I would say, in order to honor the extra effort that went into this, we're going to start off with the video applications. And once we worked our way through the video applications, we're going to jump over and look through some of the pictures and of the people that have applied via or have only done the regular application, the written application. And in that form, I think if we would do a voting here, it would take too long because we have a lot more applicants that didn't do a video, that just submitted pictures and a written application, than those that have done a video application. And again, I wanted to make this very clear to you guys. What we're doing here today and the voting that's going to take place in the live chat has nothing really nothing really to do with the outcome of this. Okay, I want to get your feedback, and this is going to give us, our team, the people that are at the end in charge of choosing the winner of this wildcard, a better idea. But at the end of the day, our team has the last call, and our team is are gonna be the ones that are choosing the wild card for this year. So it is not about if you have the most friends in the live chat or the most social media followers to get, the most attention to your video or to your application in general. That's not what this is about. But it's more about me getting a good understanding of people you prefer to see over others, and and also how good are these people. Like, I have not watched any of these video applications. There have been one or two that I started to click through just to kind of see if people understood the idea of the application and if they've done it right. But Yanni has reviewed them all in order to make sure that they're clean and safe to play on here, so we're not, have any ugly surprises. But yeah, for the most part, I have not watched anything. If so, just seconds and snippets of certain applications just to make sure that we're okay showing them here on the stream. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys that up front. Again, this has the voting results of this live chat here, of this live stream here, are not don't define the outcome and the winner of the wildcard applications. We have the last word. Okay, love the idea, Tammy. Okay, Tammy. Let's see, Tammy. I think you need influencers versus good old boys event. Ooh, I, let's see how many influencers we can get to commit to that and to agree to that. That would be cool. That would be fun to watch, honestly. Mm. Yanni and I have been talking about this, anyways. So maybe if we can somehow get funds together to do something like that, to do a 24 Hallenbach fan edition or something where it's nothing but wildcard people, in order to, because you guys have to understand, for me, this wildcard thing is not fun. The outcome is fun. It's fun to have somebody from you guys on the trail, but the whole process of getting there, it hurts me more than anything, because like there are so many good drivers, so many amazing vehicles, and also even friends in the group of people that have applied for the wild card. And I know already I will disappoint way more people than I can make happy with this. So for me, this is killing me. Like, it hurts my soul to, cross out people that will not make the cut at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, we only have one spot, and I don't think you guys would even be interested in seeing a lot more than people on the trail than we already have, which would also ultimately result into not having enough time, or even cutting down the amount of time on the trail we have, because we have even more rigs we have to get through each obstacle, and less screen time per participant, because you can only squeeze so many people into a video. So the more people you have on the trail, the less screen time everybody gets, and the less distance we can cover, and the more times you see the same obstacle being done by the same rig. So we have to keep the group as small as we possibly can. Ideally, I would cut down the group even more and have even less people on it in order to make more progress, show more variety. But it is what it is at this point. So one wild card and one wild card only at this point, and yeah, it is what it is. So let me take one last look here. What you guys are saying, right, about the people when and the rig they have to build it. Their hands is with. Cool. Alrighty. Cool. Greetings from Brazil. Greetings back to Brazil. Heck yeah. We also have a couple of really, really entertaining trips coming up internationally, but more about that when the time is right. So I would say we're going to get started here. Yanni prepared a list for me of people that we're going to, or, the applications we're going to watch. So let me start in the bottom of the page. Oh, bottom of the page, or top of the page, I mean. Switch my screen over. Bam. Alrighty. Is the chat still active here? It should be, right? Yeah. I hope so. Okay. All right. You guys ready? Here is our first applicant, our first video application from Jab Scrap Customs. Let's dive right into it. And Yanni should have a voting ready for you guys. About a minute into the video, you should see a voting pop up in the live chat where you can just simply click yes or no. The voting is anonymous. Nobody knows what you've clicked at the end of the day. It just gives us a good statistic at the end of the day, who you preferred over others. That's pretty much it. So let's dive into it. First of all, love seeing a Toyota in this. It has been, especially when we do these events on the East Coast, it is 99.9% Jeep, which nothing wrong with it. I'm a Jeep guy. I think everybody can agree to a Jeep. Plus, the stage of vehicles that we're talking about here, how much Jeep is really left? It's pretty much just a body. But yet again, I definitely love to see somebody applying with a good old Toyota.
Hey, sir.
Yes?
Can you take a moment?
Yeah, what's going on?
Who are you and what are you doing out here?
My name's Garrett Newman. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Medina, Ohio, and I'm trying to clean my dents up here so that they look good, just in case I get accepted into the Flex Rocks and Rollovers 24-hour Hell and Back Challenge.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. What is this challenge you're talking about?
So the challenge is 24 hours in the woods of just trail riding the whole time, and you have to make it a full 24 hours without braking, run out of gas. The goal is not to winch and make it to the whole event without getting a pink helmet.
Oh, wow, that sounds awesome. Why would you want to do something like this?
Well, I'm a night owl, and I like to go wheeling at night.
Which is important. Everybody that has been applying to this, I hope what you guys know what you're getting into. This is mentally, physically exhausting. 24 hours of wheeling is no joke. It really isn't. I talked to anybody that has done it before with us, and like the vibe during our Hell and Backs is obviously absolutely amazing. But it can be tough and it can get frustrating. I promise you. You gotta be made for this kind of stuff. That is for sure.
So 24 hours in the woods, you get a little bit of you get daytime wheeling, you get nighttime wheeling,
and then daytime
we want
wheeling
to test
again.
the truck to see if it can make it 24 hours on the trail.
Well, that sounds right up your alley. I wish you luck.
Thank you. We're going to need it. So this is my 94 Toyota pickup that we're putting in for an application for the 24-hour Hell and Back Challenge. It started out as a two-wheel drive lowrider on 100-spoke Daytons and white walls.
Heck yeah, I can appreciate that. Two-wheel drive lowrider on Dayton's turned into a beat-up rock crawler. That is amazing.
It was pretty much a show truck when we first built the truck, and it's been beat through the woods and it's been rolled, and it's just a trail rig at this point. It's sitting on 37-inch BF Goodrich red labels. It has spider lock bead locks on it. The front springs are Old Man Emu 2-inch rear springs up front. It's got a trail gear axle housing, chromoly axle shafts, hydro assist, 6-shooter knuckles. The front end is about as built as you can get it. The high pinion is out of an FJ 80. It's 410 gears in the axles. That's pretty much the strongest ring and pinion you can run and still be Toyota axle. It's one of the biggest differences we got up front is we're running slider boxes up front. The motor is a 22RE. It's actually out of a Toyota camper. It has 20,000 original miles on it. And we shoved it in this truck after we blew, I think this is the 4th motor that's been in the truck. And it's mated to an R151 turbo transmission. So it's big spline. It's all 23 spline. It's got a 4.71 T-case gear in it. Single case. The truck was built with East Coast wheeling in mind. We don't have crazy low gears, but it's enough to spin the 37s, and out here on the East Coast, it's sloppy sometimes. So you still need the wheel speed, and the gearing really wouldn't benefit it.
I agree. That is a good point. Even on sushi, when I'm building sushi, a lot of people are like, "Oh, why not dual cases? Why not this? Why not that?" We're on the East Coast, buddy. We need we need wheel speed. Yes, it needs to have a good crawl ratio at the end of the day to still have a controlled rock crawl it, but at the end of the day, wheel speed is definitely nothing to forget around here. So I can appreciate that. And man, 37s look huge on that little truck.
It is that much. The rear right now is...
He seems He seems kickflip friendly. I like it. I love that. That's a good comment, Alex.
Stock axle housing, but we actually have a trail gear axle housing on the way for it, because when we went to Good Evening Ranch, we bent the face of the housing and stripped out the studs. So that's on its way. We still have to fix the transfer case because we cracked the transfer case in Good Evening Ranch and broke the cross member in half. But with some overnight parts from Japan, I think we can get this thing back together and we can be ready for the 24-hour Hell and Back Challenge.
Awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for your submission, man. That was a good one. And great to see you, Toyota. He had all the talking points that we need to see. Definitely cool. Put some effort into the video. Some good wheeling in it. Bam. Thumbs up. Also from us here, officially. Jab Scrap Customs. Definitely check him out if you want to see more of that Toyota. All right. What do you guys think? So we got the voting in the live chat. So give us your votes really quick. Let us know what you think of this one. Even if it's yes or no, whatever you want to comment, the voting is still live up until we go into the next one. Yeah, 37s, they look huge. I agree. On that little truck, they look like a big tire. All right, voting is done. Cool. Thank you guys for voting on this one. Next one down. Matt Graham is the next one on our list. Bam. Oh, Matt Graham submitted the wildcard entry for Michael Sibley. I've read your name a bunch on the internet in the last couple of weeks. So, and I think we've met at Morris Mountain a few times before. Which, again, if you're my friend, if we've met before, it has absolutely nothing to do with if you're, taking the wild card home or not. So just so you guys know, but I do remember Michael. Definitely cool to see. I have not watched your application yet. We're going to dive right into it. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go. He parties. All that is Morris Mountain. This one right here is shotgun, and like that one right here, that is a gnarly, gnarly hill. You drive through a big old mud puddle and then hit it as hard as you can. Making that definitely is a challenge. That's a good one. That looks like he's been part of competitions before as well, so that's good to see. He gets down. Chocoloco Playground. I know exactly where that is. Gnarly. Wow.
Hi, my name's Mike Sibley. I'm 71 years old.
71 years old, guys. That is
I currently
awesome.
reside in Lafayette, Alabama. I've been a gearhead for most of my life. I started as a teenager on motorcycles.
I'm going to put the music is a little loud in the background, and just in case you guys can't understand it, I'm just going to see if the subtitles work. We'll throw subtitles into it so you guys can follow along in case the music is too loud in the background. On my end, it is a little bit. So not a big deal, just doing this to support so you guys can read what he says.
Off-road and every chance I got. From there, I moved to dirt track racing in my early 20s. When I was in my mid-20s, I started flying. I built an airplane and flew that for several years. I spent the next 35 years touring the country, either by airplane or motorcycle.
Wow.
In my early 60s, I started racing go-karts on asphalt.
In his first of all, dirt bike racing for a long time. Then he got into airplanes, started doing this whole thing, which is crazy enough. And in his early 60s, he started go-kart racing. Wow, talk about like a late start to a high adrenaline sport. That is amazing.
Road courses. I won the championship for the first 2 years that I was racing. Then I found rock crawling and fell in love with the sport. After a couple of years learning the sport, I finally found the rig that was for me.
Incredible. Windrock, 15.
It's a 95 YJ that's been front half and back half, and it's 119-inch wheelbase. It has a 6.0 LS that's been cammed and tuned.
119-inch wheelbase out of a YJ is definitely a statement. With a 6.0 LS, with a cam and tuned, definitely got the right spices.
It's backed up with a Turbo 400 that's powering an Atlas 3/8-to-1 transfer case. The axle up front is a Dana 60. It has 538 gears, Detroit locker, chromoly axles. It's also 4-link on the front. The rear is 4-link also, which is 14 bolt that's been shaved. Also has 538 gears, chromoly axles on it. All aluminum leaf front and rear. I'm running Raceline B-blocks with Super Swamper 43 tires. It also has full hydraulic steering and ORIs on all four corners.
Definitely a good setup, a good recipe for success here.
Loud 95 YJ has been most of the parts in the southeast. Windrock, Gulches, AOP, Chocoloco, Morris Mountain. We've ridden them all. And as far as the pink helmet goes, I ain't afraid to wear a pink helmet, but I don't plan on it. I've been following 24 hours of hell and back ever since it started, and I always wished I could be a part of it someday. Well, today could be the day. I would love the chance to show that at 71 years old, against all odds, I'm still able to ride with the best. I would be the perfect wild card for the next 24-hour hell and back challenge.
Love it.
Let's ride.
Some good wheeling footage at the end of it. Yeah, chocolate locker. Notch, all the good stuff, man. Man, that's impressive. That's really impressive. I want to be that cool when I'm 71 years old. That's for sure. I want to be that cool with 70 years. 71 years. Amazing. Really cool looking rig. I love what he did to the back of it. It's really unique looking. Man, he gets down. Love it. What do you guys think? Give him some votes here. Go into the super chat and give this man some votes. Amazing. Really, really great application. Good job, man. Phenomenal. Definitely. Really, really cool to see. I hope, yeah, I definitely give that man some vote before it's done. Michael Sibley, the voting is live in the chat. Go in there and give him your vote. Beard game on point. I agree. Absolutely, man. The whole character is on point. 71 years old? Are you kidding me, man? And he's got a strong voting right there. Amazing. Really, really cool to see. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for going through all this and submitting your application. You did a killer job on that. Wow. Very, very cool. Mike's the man. Go, Mike. A bunch of people are rooting for him here. Great to see. Really, really great to see. All right, let's jump right into the next one, not lose any time, and move on to the next candidate, the next application. Somebody that submitted an application last year already, and that was a people's champ, a people's choice last year already. A lot of people voted for him last year. And yeah, he submitted a new application due to a new rig. And what that is, we're going to find out now. I spared this one. I've not seen this one yet. I'm super excited to watch it. So let's jump right back in with Gross Build, Jason Gross. Gross, I never know how to pronounce your last name. Too German for it. I'm sorry. I hope I don't. All right. Major Pain, Gross Build, FAR wildcard entry. I hope you guys are ready for this one, because I am. I am excited to see this one. Make sure the quality is good. Bam. All right, let's go.
Hi, I'm Keller McCowan.
And I'm Jason Gruce. This is Major Payne by Gruce Built. We are located in the mid-Missouri area.
And we're auditioning for the Flex Rocks and Rollover 24-hour hell and back wild card. Before we get too far into this introduction, Marvin, you and your viewers have seen this rig before.
And building end of it, as far as the cages and just suspension, and fully self-taught on all that. What?
I mean, look at what he's got sitting behind him. Whatever this is here, got my attention already. This is super cool, but what? This is freaking... Let me pause this really quick and throw the subtitles back on. There you go. So, last year I was already geeking out over this rig as it was just sitting in the background. He was auditioning with his blue YJ right here while he was building this thing. And I was already crazy about it, so... Sick. Man, whatever this is, I can't wait to see this finished.
Even back here.
Man, that thing sounds insane. Sick.
My name is Major Benson Winifred Payne.
Woo! Rowdy.
I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the drivetrain of this sucker. We have an F1A 94 Pro Charger to a water-to-air intercooler. That runs to a 5.3 liter with a small cam in it. We're guessing about 700 horsepower. After that, we have a TH350.
Oh, man, I love that interior. That looks so good. Major Pain, 700 horsepower with a Pro Charger on it. Jesus.
With a full manual valve body, an EcoBox 205 doubler. Down to the axles, we're running front and rear steer 14 bolts. With fabricated
look at this knuckles,
40 spline with 300M shafts and Big Bell RCVs with
big
power
bells
down all four corners.
Wow. What a beautiful rig. Rowdy. Rowdy.
You know, ever since I was about 12 years old, wheeling the old Scottsdale in the woods, carrying firewood, I've been into four-wheeling. I read every four-wheeler magazine, Four-Wheel Petersons, and every year I couldn't wait until Top Truck Challenge comes out. And one day I wanted to have one of those rigs and compete in Top Truck Challenge. Well, they don't do it anymore. And I feel like your event is the modern day top truck challenge.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do you guys think? Is 24 Hallenbeck the modern day top truck challenge? We're not running 54s on this event usually, and it's not a man-made course, so therefore I would say it's a little bit different, and it's more of a team challenge. But I think from the excitement level of it, I think we're up there. I hope. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but in my world at least, let's see what you guys have to say. I don't know if you guys have been around that long to know what Top Truck Challenge is, but it was a pretty epic event back in the days. And again, Jason Gross's voting is live in the chat, so we're still got some video to go, but if you guys already know your opinion, go vote for him in the chat.
Finally built a rig that I feel like could go to Top Truck Challenge. But I'd rather go the 24-hour hell and back.
Heck yeah. Woof. That Pro Charger whining in the background. Guys, oof, is that nasty.
All right, we're going to do a little walk around and show you some of the
Please
features
do.
that makes this kind of a unique ultimate trail rig. One of my favorite features on this Jeep, something that Bruce came up with when we were sitting here bending up the tube. We was thinking about how to get the doors to enclose on it. And he came up with this B-pillar that comes all the way out and dives up like this. When you put the door and the soft upper on it, everything closes perfectly to the soft upper. You put the windshield on, doors on, the Hemi top, you're completely enclosed. And with the underdash heater, I drove this thing home and what was it?
-20.
It was -20. I was in nothing but a hoodie and some flannel pants, and I was perfectly warm.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorite features. 15 minutes goes from full open cab to closed cab Jeep. Drive it no matter what. Another one of my favorite things we came up with is this behind the seat storage.
Oh,
You got your tool bags in here, your soft shackles, your tree savers,
That's pretty
tools,
neat.
whatever. Both sides opens up. You could shoot something all the way through if you had to. Works perfect. I love that. Bruce came up with this dash. I was a little skeptical at first. It blew my mind. It ended up perfect. It's all steel. We can talk about the suspension a little bit. They have 16-inch Radflow coilovers, air bumps.
Hey, Keller, why you got blue springs?
Because I needed springs, and I stole those from Josh Farrell. And I'm not painting them because they're Josh's. Yeah, branding sway bar. Everything's 1.25" Heims.
nice.
Pretty standard stuff, really. A little different if you come back here to the rear steering is most people would run a dual-ended ram.
Oh, see that, guys? He runs two single-ended rams instead of one dual ram. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Rod. It helps us do a couple things. One thing is there's no big ram sticking up, so we have more up travel. And two, we can access the diff cover without ever taking any of the steering components.
That I see. I don't know. I mean, one double-ended ram versus two individual or single-ended ones. I don't know how you save space with that. I guess you do. But the fact that you can access your diff cover easily, depending on how you mount your ram, that can be a challenge in the back. So that's pretty cool.
So that was two big bumps. Custom taillights we Frenched in.
I like that. I like that how this thing really maintained a good Jeep look. Like, this thing still has a very, very good Jeep look to it. It doesn't feel like a buggy in that case, at least not to me. I would call this thing a Jeep all day long. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but definitely.
You got to have coolers, and I did not like the look of people just strapping coolers to the back of their rig.
Wow.
So this thing has
Smart.
dual Pelican coolers.
All you gotta do, there's a little clip here on front and rear, and the entire cooler lifts out.
Yeah, no ratchet strapping coolers down.
Marvin, this is why I think we should get to go to the 24-hour hell and back. Ever since you did the one back in Oklahoma in 2020, that was the first one I've seen and watched. I've wanted to go every year. I think it'll be a great time. And this year's a rig that will be able to wheel for 24 hours, put up with it, do anything it needs to do. And it was built by hand by a couple of guys.
I hope you guys can understand. Audio got a little rough here, so the subtitles will probably help.
And a house. Was bought and built from the ground up, piece by piece, and I think it's pretty amazing what it can do, what it'll hold up with. And I think 24-hour hell and back challenge will be a good challenge. Thank you.
Amazing. What a rowdy machine, man.
and we're auditioning for the FFR, what?
FFR wild card.
FRR. Flex Rocks and Rollovers. FRR.
Oh, it is
FRR wildcard. Yes.
See? Woo! 4-hour hell and back.
Amazing, guys.
What, we got fucking bugs on us?
No, your shirt has more on it than mine.
Oh, yeah, I got a nicer shirt.
Put a picture
Awesome.
up on their page one time. They did like just through COVID. They made some post picture with the most likes, get a free T-shirt or something on their page. Posted a picture up, and
Oh, now they're talking about the t-shirt, so we're going to cut it right here. But, hey, good job on the video, guys. Amazing rig. I already said that last year when I saw it sitting in the background of your shop. You guys killed it. Really good job on the application. This is how it's done. This is what we like to see. I just remembered that I never liked Micah Sibley's video. We're going to go back and do that really quick because he definitely deserves a fat like for this one as well. So... cool. So, Major Pain, Jason Gross. Phenomenal job, man. Good video, great rig. You two guys seem to vibe really well together. I'm assuming that's the constellation you guys are going to be participating in Hell and Back in if you get chosen. So, good job on that one. And it seems like the chat enjoyed that as well. Now, that's a beautiful rig, Major Pain. Ian Harkins says, Oklahoma was a fun trip. Yes, it was. Oklahoma kind of got stepped up the rowdiness level of Hell and Back by a lot, and then it never went back ever since. Carter says Oklahoma was a damn good time. I agree. Oh man, sound system maw crawler. Oh man, you guys are crazy. Impressive videos this year. Nick Sayers in the chat. Last year's wildcard winner. Guys, you got big shoes to fill. This guy absolutely killed it at Hell and Back last year. So you got big shoes to fill. Good to see you on here, Nick. So, alrighty. So there's that one. Go to the next one. All right. At the beginning, I got to mute this one because there was music that is not licensed or not license free music. So we're going to get flagged for this one if I play music at the beginning. So don't be confused about this one. But I do have to mute this for the first little bit. I'm going to put subtitles on, and as soon as we start talking, I'm going to get to it. Probably something I should have mentioned in the video. Do not use, not licensing free music. So obviously, most of you guys aren't YouTubers. You don't know that, so no big deal. Won't affect your your weight in this competition at all. I've just got to mute it for the beginning until this doesn't tell me music anymore. So here we go with the next one. Drew Owen, Drew Owen, I'm going to call him, with a 1990 Jeep Comanche. Beautiful patina already. I've shared this one on the Insta. He tagged me in an Instagram story and I shared it already. So good looking rig. Let's go. All right, like I said, I'm just going to keep it muted until we start talking here. Bam, here we go.
My name is Dre Owen. I'm from
Dre,
South Carolina.
Dre
This is
Owen.
my 90 Jeep Comanche.
1990 Jeep Comanche. I don't know if this is licensed music or not. Good looking Jeep, man. I like Comanches a lot. I think Will should build a Comanche to keep up with sushi. I'm all for it. Cool looking rig. Will, see, this is what you need right there. Cool. I love the whole tube work on this thing is really, really well done. I'm not a big Exo Cage fan, but this is a good looking one.
Let me tell you a little bit about my Jeep Comanche.
Please do.
Let's start off with what's under the hood.
What is under the hood? Let's see.
Under the hood, we have the classic 4.0.
Old faithful, old trusty. Can't go wrong with that. I like this right here.
Inline 6. Yes, this is the low output version with probably 100 horsepower. That means I'm probably not going to break anything.
No.
It's mated to an automatic transmission and a 231 transfer case. Underneath the Jeep, We have JK Dana 44s.
Okay.
They're
With that amount of horsepower and probably a pretty light rig setup, you'll probably be all right on 44s if I had to guess.
Trussed and linked with Eaton lockers and Yukon axles. Putting all that power to the ground.
All of that
We have
power.
a set of 37-inch Falcon Wild Peaks with Dirty Life beadlocks.
37, so also
Coming
looks a
around the
lot
front,
bigger.
we have another JK44 with PSC Hydro Assist steering, an Eaton E-locker.
At least I see is upgraded to Heims. That's the first thing I want to see on this thing. Good.
And Yukon axles.
Everything is nicely trussed and welded. Hydro assist. Yeah. 44 is going to be it's going to push it on this one, no matter what rig you're in. Like, for what we're doing this year, you're going to definitely be pushing it on your 44s. But, again, with that low output, 100,000 or 100 plus thousand mile 4.0, you might be all right.
Letting the Jeep stretch out is a set of ORI shocks, front and rear.
Party lights, very important.
On the inside, we have a set of Smitty-built seats with classic PRP harnesses.
Uh-huh.
Unlike a lot of your other wheelers, I'm pretty new to the sport, having only been doing it about a year.
Okay, so he's a newbie to the sport, only been in it for about a year.
That's part of what makes it fun. Why don't we show people that a cheap rig and an inexperienced driver can still have fun and hang with the big dogs.
Okay.
Look forward to wheeling with you.
Cool. Thanks for your video, man. I appreciate it. Bang, thumbs up. The voting is still live in the chat, so you guys let me know what you think of this one. Good, beautiful rig, man. Gotta tell you that. Definitely really good looking rig. The 44s scares me a little bit, I'll be honest. The 44s, oof. But again, like, it's a pretty lightweight rig. You don't have a lot of power to it, so it could be fine. Non-sticky tires on top of this will help to not grenade everything, but will also definitely require a lot harder driving in order to make it through some of the stuff that we're about to face here. So, yeah, you guys put in your vote. Definitely another good one here. Okay, I already liked the video. So, voting is still live. Let's see what you guys say. Yeah, Comanche. Mr. Carnage wants a Comanche. Mr. Carnage needs a Comanche. I think that'd be great. And then we're going to build a Comanche for Mr. Carnage and put a Toyota motor in it. Ha! I think that would be it. Oh, God. I'll tell y'all, crack me up in the comments. Okay, so, votes are in it. All right, I'm going to go get one, eventually put a Toyota engine in. That's what I just said. I literally just said that without even reading your comment, Mr. Carnage. All righty. Now, to the next one. Jeremy
Hello, everyone.
Hudson.
This
Boop.
is
Let me pause this really quick. Close out these guys right here. Next one. So, FR Wildcard 24 Hallenbeck application, Dark Horse Juggy, Jeremy Hudson.
Jeremy
Bam.
Hudson. This will be
Let me turn on subtitles so you guys can read
my
along.
official application for 24 to Hell and Back by Flex Rocks and Rollovers.
It's a beautiful Jeep,
I'm
man.
48 years old. I've been doing wheeling for probably only about 3 years.
Okay.
I started the whole mall crawling thing and had a Gladiator on 40s. Moved here to South Carolina, found a park called Gulch's Off-Road Park, and found out that I liked the hardcore stuff more than I like just riding around on the green trails. Not much left of the original buggy.
That's really cool to hear, to be honest. Like, and I always preach that to people, you know, like, to not be so harsh online on people that are, in your eyes, mall crawlers, like, or, You know, back in the days, I always bring up that example. Back in the days, everybody made fun of JKs with light bars. That was like the lows of the low. That was the crowd to make fun of. And now it's a totally normal thing. And those guys have matured into big rigs, and how, you know, most of them have matured into actual wheelers. A lot of them at least have. And I see it the same way with everybody that we call a mall crawler nowadays. And that people that I get bashed in, you know, forums and whatnot, or in Facebook pages and Instagram pages, like, give people a chance to mature into the sport, and people will eventually find their way and figure out what real wheeling is like, and eventually mature into that. But if you bash them right when they get started, like, we're gonna scare away the new people that come into our industry just based off, you know, our, you know, opinion of our thinking what's right and wrong, and what you need to do and what you don't need to do. Like, leave people alone, let them figure this whole thing out, and eventually our sport and our community will grow. We need to welcome that more than always just bash on people just because they have what you think is a mall crawler, you know. So I like to see that somebody that was, you know, 3 years ago drove around in a Gladiator on 40s, which is by any means not necessarily a mall crawler, but eventually look at what he's got now and how he has matured into the sport. I think that's really awesome to see, and I hope to see that more. The whole duck community, I'm not saying I'm in any way or form a supporter of that whole trend, but it again flushes a new wave of people into our community. Even though it is the way outside ring of our community at this point, some people will stick. Some people will stick, and we'll see what else this community has to offer and what off-roading is actually about. And eventually move up and move towards, you know, something that is more extreme. You know, this is a lot of people that I see are in that duck community, in that duck Jeep world. This is their first contact with any kind of motorsport or motorized hobby. They have never modified a car in their life, and this is their easiest way to get, or their way to get started on it. And a lot of them will eventually realize that really, you know, it's not the yellow from the egg, so to say. It's not what, you know, this whole sport is about, and will eventually get introduced to more variety and of what this community is about, and to more, you know, more off-roading essentially. And some of them will leave and will continue, you know, wrenching on that stuff, or, you know, go into and get a Honda Civic or something. And some of them will stick and start building their Jeeps the right way and start taking them off-road. But if we, you know, bash them as soon as they, you know, go on the internet and ask us a question just because they have a duck on their dash, we'll eventually just smaller our whole entire community, and I don't think that's a good thing. So anyway, don't want to drift up too far. Let's go back to it.
Nick Sosby originally built it as a 4-seater. It's about 46 inches of chassis left.
It's got 46 inches of chassis, just enough to get a tag.
CJ buggy now with 14 bolts, RCVs.
Heck yeah.
Front and rear, full hydro, tube chassis front, 6.0 liter, basically brand new, built engine, turbo 350 reverse manual valve body, 3.8 Atlas, and 43-inch Stiggies with race lines, 4-link front and rear aluminum links, 15-gallon fuel cell, a busted knuckle. It does have a pack-out kit that we just put in it after we built it, so it has a place for some cold drinks and some recovery.
Good.
Everything in it's pretty simplistic. Shifters, runs on the aux meter. Just a real good, solid buggy all the way around. Got a UWHM skid plate.
Nice.
And
it's a good looking rig, guys. What do you think? His voting is live in the chat already, so you can start voting for Jeremy. But yeah, I like it. I really like it. It's a really well proportionate, good looking rig with the right components, the right parts. And if he lives right next to an off-road park, I'm sure he's got plenty of sea time in this thing, even though he's only been in the sport for 3 years.
That's about it. It's rowdy. So what separates me from maybe some of the contestants is I live next door to an off-road park, literally. I can walk there in 2 minutes. So I spend every weekend that Mother Nature will allow at the off-road park. She's grumbling at me in the background now. Long story short, I've got hundreds of hours of seat time in not only this buggy, but a lot of previous buggies, a bouncer, and a couple other juggies. Made good power. This thing's 120 wheelbase.
Wow.
It is 4,300 pounds. So it's a pretty well built buggy, and it's kind of well balanced. So I believe it would do very well. And covered in rock lights. It's got a brand new Warren winch, and I've got a little bit of, I guess, training in recovery because I volunteer at the park as much as I possibly can.
Good to know.
So I think I'd be a good asset. I know I have no problem staying up all night and partying, and I'd appreciate just the opportunity.
Awesome.
Y'all take care.
Oh, some wheeling footage at the end. Yeah, this thing is nice, man. Nice. Okay, he can finesse, he can skinny pedal down. Like, dude, killer contestant for sure. Good application, short, sweet, and to the point. Awesome. Very good job, Jeremy. Thanks for that. I already liked the video. Amazing. Dark Horse Juggy on Instagram, I'm assuming. Oh, that's not it.
Hello.
So, yeah, from South Carolina, Jeremy Hudson, my friends. Go vote for him. Voting is still open. Already 42 votes. There you go. Go in there and open. No speedo, YOLO. Yeah, I didn't notice that. All right, good. Got some good feedback from you guys. Thanks for voting for Jeremy. Check him out on his TikToks. Eagle Eye Production says. All right. I try to avoid TikTok as much as I can, but I do have an account and I do look into that every once in a while. I'll check it out. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Thanks for voting, guys. Thanks for this for the application, Jeremy. Now, let's move down on my list here. Okay, we're about halfway. Then now the next one. That name rings a bell as well from last year. So another one, another applicant that has already submitted an application last year. Again, I told everybody, if you've applied last year, you don't need to reapply. We're watching all applications again. Here in the live stream, we're obviously only covering the one that are coming, that are new to this year, because all the other ones we've already watched last year, and those are also still on the channel, I believe. So we're just covering what's new. But internally, in order to make our decision for this year's wildcard winner, we are reviewing all applications. Last year's, this year's, written applications, video applications, all of it. All right, next one. The American Pride Buggy. Second try. As I told you guys, I know I remember that name from last year. So, subtitles on, and let's rock and roll.
Alright, I'm back. Alright. Gonna take a go.
Good looking rig too, man. Been a fan of it last year already, for sure.
There you go. 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 Come on. Come over here.
Nice.
Come on over. Come on over. You're good. Let it keep walking like that. I know it feels shitty. Just crawl.
All that looks like Morris Mountain to me. Definitely a bunch of Alabama boys here in this year's application list. Pretty cool to see.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Woohoo!
Hey Marvin, it's Dale from Florida. Got the American Pride Buggy. Want to let you know that I'm still interested in being a Flex Rocks or Rollovers wild card. Done some changes to the buggy.
Okay.
I figured the Dana 60 in the back was a ticking time bomb. I now got a 14 bolt with an
There you
auto
go.
truss.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, Dana 60 in the back, especially with the V8 and stickies. Not a great idea. But I have to say, Will, from all people, I mean, he doesn't have stickies and he doesn't have a V8, but he is running a Dana 60 crate axle in the back. Dana Spicer crate axle, and it's blowing my mind the kind of abuse that he puts that thing through and is doing perfectly fine. But guarantee you, if he switches to a V8 or to some sticky tires or both, that thing will probably not have a long life after that. But good to see American Pride Buggy now running a rear 14 bolt. That's the way to go. Or one way to go.
And then I also sheared a knuckle when I was on Rattle Rock.
Yeah, Carter, definitely right. A lot of square headlights this year. Man, we've had a good amount of YJs in this one.
So I have some new keyed knuckles up front. I'm good to go. The buggy's a little dirty. Just got back from AOP. It was wet. It was just a beat down. Typical East Coast wheeling.
Typical AOP day.
I'm hoping you pick me. I know that there's keen competition. The two that come to my top of my head right away are Jason Cruz, awesome rig, great driver, and RhinoCon. Again, great driver, great rig. This one's a little different. They're young though. They still got time. I'm running out of time. I'm kind of long in the tooth. And if you don't pick me soon, I'm gonna need this.
Hey, we got Michael here at 70 years old. He beat you already.
Cable for somebody else. Thank you.
Awesome, man.
All right, gonna take a go.
Good. Cool, guys. How American Pride Buggy is currently, the voting is open in the chat, so go in there and vote for the American Pride Buggy. Give him another chance since last year. This looks, I don't even know where that's at. I can't. Red rock in the dark on the side. There you go. Oh, we have to do that. Mute that for music reasons here. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for your application. Get a fat like from me. Thank you. And yes, guys, so vote for the American Pride Buggy right now in the comments. Or in the chat, not in the comments. Cool. All right. So, this is your time to vote. Can I please nominate someone? Lauren Cree from Keys Fab. Make some awesome content and can build a mean rig. So, Corey. All right, so tell him to submit an application up until Sunday. Sunday afternoon sometime we will announce the winner. Up until then, you can still submit an application, and we will sit here Sunday morning reviewing everything. So, please make sure to tell him that. So, that is the only thing I can tell you. He's got to do at least a written application with some pictures on our website, or submit a video online on YouTube with hashtag FRR Wildcard so we can find it. And that is his best bet. That is the only thing I can say. Fair game and same rules for everybody. Alrighty. Cool. Next one. Thanks for voting for American Pride Buggy. Big Booty Crawlin'. That sounds familiar. Cool. All right, next one up. Big Booty Crawlin'. Kirk. He was part of the Flex Rocks and Rollovers Wild Ride last year after we chose, which is something we should probably bring back this year. A wild ride of some sort where all of you guys who have submitted applications can participate and we all go and spend a weekend together somewhere. Maybe we do like a low-key 24 hell and back or something. Maybe I'll put that on the list. I got to chat with Yanni and Will about this, but maybe we'll do something like that instead of what we did last year. Last year, the FRR Wild Ride, who Kirk was a part of, we went to Windrock for a day and then did the sand mines for a day. Had a really awesome weekend altogether. It was amazing. So everybody that applied last year pretty much got an invite for that, and then, a bunch of people showed up and we went on wheeling together. Maybe this year we do something different. Maybe we do something like a low-key 24 hell and back, pick a cool place and invite a bunch of you guys out that didn't make the cut for the official one, but will still go and do something similar. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll have to talk to Yanni and Will about it, but Maybe we can put something like that together. Still bring some good camera guys, make a high quality video out of it. We can nominate some of the people that have the best applications here that didn't make the cut, and then we'll go wheel. Do a 24-hour hell and back of some sort. That would be cool. 24 hell and back fan edition. I kind of like the ring of that. So, all right, Kirk, let's go. Flexworks and Rollovers wildcard submission. Bam. Don't mute it. Oh, sorry.
Wildcard application.
Let me go back. There you
So
go.
my name is Kirk Davis. I'm submitting my Flexworks Rollovers wildcard application. I'm from Snow Hill, Maryland. I'm 40 years old, and we've been wheeling about 6 years.
From all the way from Maryland. Wow.
And we've been having a pretty good time with it. This is my rig. It's a 98 Jeep TJ. Pretty much everything's custom on it. It's got a 5.2 liter V8 tuned by HP tuners.
There you go.
With a new process 435 transmission and an Atlas transfer case. Adams drive shafts throughout. We got a 60 front and a 14 bolt rear, 538 gears and Detroit lockers. The front does have Yukon super joints and chromoly shafts, custom cage, PRP harnesses for the whole family.
Good.
We do have a back seat for the kids, which is a good bonus with the TJ. We're running the Mickey Thompson Baja Pro X Mickey Stickies. Bust and knuckle aluminum links as I'm breaking the steel links, and those things are holding up great.
Yeah, that's what I'm running. Busted Knuckle links, all aluminum links from Busted Knuckle is what I got in the Jeepster after bending steel links all the time.
As you can see, we're not scared to scratch it.
No, I know about that. We've wheeled together. I can vouch for that one.
Yep, but it comes with territory, I think. So.
Cool.
We got the cooler on there for those long hauls. You know, the 24-hour deal. We're ready to go, or as ready as we can be. I don't think anybody's ready for it.
No, you can't ever be ready for
one. Try. We do carry spare drive shafts, spare axle shafts.
Good.
For the whole vehicle. So hopefully we don't need them, but we have them.
There you go, man. Good to see you throwing in a video application for this one this year. Very cool. Good.
Like I said, we have spare parts. So front and rear drive shafts from Adams, ready to go. Spare tire tube. I actually used that recently.
Okay.
Not on my tire, but it was nice to have. Got us out of the woods. And we got regular stock axle shafts ready to go, 35 spline outers, and stock 14 bolt shafts ready to go. Plenty of electronic stuff for that 5.2 because nobody stocks anything in a whole kit of U-joints and U-bolts and all the fun stuff. Plus, we are running air shocks. So we have air shock rebuild kits right in the trailer, ready to go, and plenty of fluids.
Good setup, man.
I don't know how well you can prepare for a 24-hour trail, but
you can. And the rule is whatever you bring is not what you break. That's the golden rule of 24 hell and back.
I'm gonna need this stuff one day, whether it's today or next week. Even full hydro lines.
Good.
Made, taped, but they're ready. Hope I don't.
All right, you guys can vote for Kirk in the super chat already.
The question: why should you be chosen?
Here we go.
For the wildcard slot? Well, you know, I just really don't have a great answer for that, other than first of all, you got to have a capable rig, and it's pretty capable. You know, there's tons of them out there.
She's rowdy. Sure. I know that.
Mine probably doesn't stand out any more than the rest of them, so that doesn't set me apart from anybody else. But all I can say is I like wheeling for wheeling and the mechanical side of it, and taking something that I built and beating it off of rocks and seeing what survives and what needs to improve. I mean, that's all I can say about it. You know, I just have a good time doing it and enjoy meeting new people every time I go, and it's always a good time.
Absolutely,
you know, that's
what it's all about.
Now we'll show some action videos so you guys aren't bored to death of listening to me talking all day.
rolling it on the side and driving it out, hopefully. Guys, you can still vote for Kirk in the super chat right now. Definitely cool to see. Cool to see you put out a video application for this one. I know you can drive, man. I know you're not scared to beat on this thing at all. I can vouch for that 100%. There you go. Good driving, buddy. Awesome. Rowdy machine. Very cool, man. Thanks for your application. Fat thumbs up. So, Big Booty Crawling, you guys can still vote for him. Let's see what you guys have to say here in the chat. Great idea of the fan edition. Yeah, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe that's something we can do. I think this would be a fun thing to do. I just have to plan it right and time it right where it doesn't get in the way with the actual Hell and Back and other things we got going on next year. But I don't think it should. And yeah, maybe like a winter edition or something. Do it early in the year. You know, maybe that would be cool. Where you're not completely sweating your butt off in the woods. So that might be it. Maybe in like 24 Hell and Back Trail Challenge is in the fall or gets shot in the fall, and then the fan edition might be a spring deal. Huh. And I've been reading about Golden Mountain Off-Road Park here in the comments quite a bit. Maybe that's a location for it. Huh. Things are coming together. Let's see. What else you guys see? Wheeling with Marvin and Kurt on the Wild Ride last year inspired me to buy a welder, take a class, and get more serious with my Jeep. Kurt's a great dude. Josh Johnson, man. Great to have you back on the here. That is cool to hear that, man. Great. Really, really good to hear. You break what you don't bring. Yes, that is exactly right. That is the golden rule of 24 Hell and Back. Everything you bring is not what you break. Or what you break is not what you bring. However you want to spin it. Sorry, man, I'm still working on my English. Dude, me too. Me too. You're good. We need more LJs, Marvin, from Unlimited LJ Adventure. Oh, man, we got a good amount of Jeeps, dude. It's all Jeeps this year. We've had one Toyota so far. Let's see if we can change that. Let's move on to Matt Zeiler. All right. Dude, Matt Zeiler over here submitted this 4 months ago already. Dude, he was ahead of the game. So, want to see this Jeep do the 24 hour bike. So, we got another Jeep, obviously. But let's go take a look at it. Matt Zeiler.
All right, so apparently I have to make a video.
Yep.
About my Jeep.
Good looking rig.
For the Flex Rocks and Rollovers wild card video. I'm not super great at the whole video thing, but we'll give it a shot. This is my Jeep LJ.
Hey, there you go, Jeremy. There's more LJs.
It is sitting on 43s, 14 bolts front and rear.
Good stance,
full
dude.
hydraulic
Good
PSC steering.
Great proportions.
I mean, really, that's the meat and potatoes of it. It's still a 4.0.
Okay.
So pretty much just rev limiter everywhere you go. You don't have to worry about breaking anything. Oh, look. Look who it is. This Looney Tunes. Luna, say hi. She's not good at the camera either. Good Lord. 14 bolts. It pretty much goes anywhere a buggy does. I don't even see the point in having a buggy, to be honest, because why when you can have a sweet LJ? And this camera setup is sketchy as all get out. It's full cage, Poison Spider cage that's been customized, tied into the frame.
Okay.
It's already dented, came pre-dented when I got the Jeep. The only thing that I've done to this since I bought it was some front axle upgrades. The front axle was cracked actually in half. So we pulled it all apart, re-welded it with some nickel metal rod because it was on the cast, and re-braced it with everything it needs. It needs some paint because we just wanted to throw it back together to get
That's
it going.
optional.
The ORIs are pretty sweet. This is the first rig I've had with ORIs on it. They work really well. Pretty neat that you don't have to have sway bars while you're off-roading. I mean, with coilovers, sway bars are a must, but I got a whole box full of parts that I'm gonna have to put on before the trip. We got some fab knuckles, some different high steer arms. Here's the interior, full race seats, 5-point harnesses. It's actually a 3-seat. I have a 4th seat, but you know, you gotta have room for the cooler. And there's the cage. It's a soft top. I'll most likely take the soft top off when we go, just because it looks way cooler. But I mean, you can't really lose with 43-inch stickies and built axles.
No, definitely not. And then, like you said, the 4.0,
Gosh,
man.
I would love to take you guys wheeling on like one of my favorite trails with this Jeep, but it would just be me by myself because none of my friends are cool enough to ever go wheeling again. Most of them...
We're getting old, man. I feel you.
...had unfortunate accidents. Tripped and fell into a wedding ring, so it's gone forever. So I pretty much wheel by myself. That's not true. I have some friends that still go, but rarely.
I want to know where you're at, man. I'm sure we can find you some
Rollovers,
buddies.
dude. I've been wanting to get into the hell and back for a couple years now. I've got some friends that do it. Ricky, hey. Ricky Berry, please put in a good word for me, man.
Okay, he's friends with Ricky
there,
B.
Ian.
I just poured power
guys,
into
I know
my
you
keyboard.
see me. I know I'm known as the UTV guy. I race UTVs for race driven. Done for years and years and years before the UTV game. I got into UTVs because 2024 I won off-roading. This year, 2024, I won, or I didn't win. I got 3rd place in King of the Hammers. Basically, that's a win for me. I've raced hammers quite a few times,
That's
and
awesome.
to get 3rd, get a podium is just
That is huge,
unreal.
dude.
Super stoked on
Podium
that.
at hammers in any class is huge.
I want to take this out to Johnson Valley. I'd love to take this rig out
Guys,
there.
Matt is live on, his voting is live
some
in the
time
super
in the
chat, so go ahead and vote for Matt.
Places I've ever been. Oh, actually, other than Sand Hollow's pretty dope. Had some UTVs out there and got pretty screwed up. Listen, you guys pick me, all right? This Jeep wants to go to whatever hell and back you've got. It's ready for anything.
Good to know.
I'll send it pretty much any single obstacle you've got. Not worried about body damage. Clearly, hey, hold on. The window is pre-broke, so just in case anybody wants to know if we're gonna go hard, we're gonna go hard. Pre-cracked, pre-dented window frame. Not afraid to send it.
Good
Come
to
on,
know.
man. Flex Ox and Rollovers. I mean, that's
Come on, man. Come
that's
on.
like the YouTube channel you want to be on. Who are those? The brothers. What's their name? The brothers. Peck. Yep, those guys. Those guys are pretty sweet. I'm just kidding. I know who they are. Oh, let's go wheeling, you guys.
All right.
Flex Rocks and Rollovers.
Let's do it.
24-hour hell and back. Wild card. Matt Zeiler. Let's go. Let's do this.
Sounds
Let's
like
show
a
what
plan,
this little
buddy.
LJ can do against some of them well-built rigs, some of them buggies. It's still full frame, so.
Full frame, 43 stick gates, stainless 60 front, 14 bolt back, got a cage in it, 4.0. He likes to send it. Summary of this video, I think we can all approve to that. So, you guys can still vote for Matt in the chat. Go do that. Let me see. I just poured Powerade straight into my keyboard. I hope nothing is messed up, but I'll be all right. My mouse still works. Yeah. Okay. Matt Zeiler. So, but let's see what you guys have to say. So, 24 Hallenbeck at Golden Mountain Park sounds like a good time. Yes, it does, right? It has a good ring to it. Y'all letting rock crawler buggies in on it. You know, it's like kind of an unspoken rule. I try to keep this thing as full bodied as possible. Did we have rock crawler buggies or full, tube chassis, no body vehicles on Hell and Back? Yes. Will we have some on it this year? Yes. But it is usually due to the fact that the people that run full tube chassis, no body vehicles, aka rock crawlers, rock bouncers, etc., are, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, are the trail guides. The people that, bring us to these nasty, nasty trails, because 24 Hellenbeck has developed or evolved in such a way that we don't look for hard Jeep trails anymore, but we look for somewhat doable buggy trails, and so you got to run with buggy people if you want to find buggy trails. So therefore, we always have some buggies in the mix. Yet, like rigs like Jeremy Hudson's or Jason Gross's, like those are buggies in some books as well. But in my world, it still somewhat has the proportions, the geometry, and the sheet metal of a full-bodied rig. So, like, that is something I totally let slide. But I'm trying to keep the amount of full-bodied vehicles as high as possible and the amount of full tube chassis with no body as low as possible. Because at the end of the day, you ain't got nothing to lose if you're in a full tube chassis. Yes, mechanical things as well. Yes, of course that counts too. But, you gotta finesse it a little bit more. If you got a big body sitting on this thing, your geometry, everything is influenced by that. So I try to keep it as full-bodied as we possibly can. Long story short. Let's see. Not the keyboard. Yeah. All right. So we got that one going. Oh, hell no. What a shame. Our friends had accidents too. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Let's get this done. We got a few more left, but not many. So, bam. Also, by the way, if you guys want, we can give away something. Like, I'm just getting a message from Yanni saying, yo, if you want to do a giveaway, of course. We always do a giveaway. I've mentioned it. I don't want to bore you guys with more giveaway stuff. But he's right. We got people in the chat. I've been showing you guys this cool new merchandise that we have. For those that have joined later, we have a bunch of new hats in our collection, and I'm down to give a hat away. So one of the brand new Flex Rocks and Rollovers hats, anybody that puts any kind of donation, aka bribe money, in the super chat, is automatically entered to win a new hat. And you can choose one. I will reach out to whoever wins, and you can pick a hat of your choice. Quick update. We got the brand new round bill mesh tactical hats that are super, super thin and really, really perfect for the summer, honestly. And like their snapback with like Velcro on the back, super light, super thin, and really, really great for all around hats if you like round bill hats. That's what I'm wearing here right now. Then my favorite wheeling hat of all time, the FlexFit fitted round bill hats. Best material on the planet for a hot summer day or anything, even if it's a cold winter day and you just get covered in mud or whatever. They're easy to clean and stay fresh for a long, long time. Great wheeling hat investment right here. Something that stays nice for a long time. Then the last two round bill hats are just more simple, kind of dad hat style hats, which I really, really like and wear a lot. This is more of I call it my favorite casual hat. If I just go out to the bar, this is what I wear. In green with tan logo and black with a white logo. That was the lineup of round bill hats, so should be something for everybody at this point, in all kinds of colors. Everything is high-end embroidery on it. Really good stuff. Now, for the first time ever, for all you flat bill guys out there, we got flat bill hats as well. So we got this one, which is the same hat, just two different color options in gray and in like a military green, army green, with the embroidered logo and snapback. And this brand new one, which I really like. If I wouldn't look so dumb in a flat bill hat, I would actually wear this more often. With a camo bill, black underneath, and a tan embroidered logo, but also snapback. And yeah, really cool hat. All of these. So anybody that throws a donation in the live chat or in the super chat here is automatically entered to win. We'll pick somebody at the end, and then you can choose any of these hats. So there's that. Bam. And you know what? I'll throw in one of these posters, signed if you want it signed, of course, in that as well. So you get both. Bam. Quick interruption on that one. All right, so we did Matt, and now we are moving on to Hidden Oaks Holding LLC. Okay, well, it's probably not your name. Be a weird name to have, but that's what your YouTube channel is called, and that is fine. No further info in the description, so I don't know, but I'm sure you're gonna mention any of that. Chris Kreiner, thanks for the donation. Hell of a lineup this year. I agree. You guys have been killing it, and like we're still not done with this, which is awesome. I'm really enjoying this. Again, I waited, and this is the first time I'm seeing all of these, so it gives me goosebumps watching you guys take the time, set up. You know, I know none of you guys are YouTubers and influencers and whatnot. I don't want you to be, honestly. Like, do your thing. Go out there, have fun. And this is even more awesome to see how much time and effort you guys spend to put these videos together, upload them, just to be on this crazy event that I dreamed up 5 years ago now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Stephanie Erickson, thank you. Let's celebrate their 10th Super on the live stream. Congrats. Oreo the X-Ray is pro dad head. I'm 33 now, so I'm not a dad, but I feel like, I don't know, I used to make fun of people with dad hats. Now it's the only thing I really wear when I go out. It's something that's comfortable on my head. These are a perfect mix because they're so light and open from the back, and they still kind of have that floppy look, which I like. But yeah, I'm all for it, definitely. And it kind of goes with everything. Like, I don't know. Definitely a fan. All right, let's move on to Hidden Oaks Holdings. So, which is probably his company YouTube channel, but I'm hoping he's going to tell us what his actual name is. Let's rock and roll.
My name's Brad Pellet.
Bam.
I met you a few years ago in Fort Worth, Texas. I used to be general manager for Bear Tracks Off-Road Shop.
Oh, there you go. So for those guys that don't know this, I used to run an off-road show called the Unlimited Off-Road Show and Expo together with my dad. And they were all over the country. One of the biggest ones we had was in Texas, inside the Texas Motor Speedway. And we did that. That was an annual event for us. Big, big show, over 20,000 people in our prime. And yeah, Bear Tracks Off-Road was one of our exhibitors back there. So yes, I remember that very well.
And I got the pleasure of doing a little bit of work on your Commando for you. Anyways.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my dad brought both Jeeps there before before a show. I remember that. Yes, and I was actually there too. Yes.
62 years old.
62.
I've
okay.
spent my whole life in the off-road industry.
Dude, I love the old. What is that? Is that a 15 or is that even smaller? Man, that is a small wheel. That is old school, and then with the flames on it and everything, I love it.
I'm submitting one of my Jeeps.
One of
I
his
think
Jeeps
is competent enough to hang with you guys. There's going to be some things that my Jeep just absolutely won't do. I'm willing to try anything.
And that is fine,
I've
man.
been wheeling, probably roughly 35, 40 years.
Jesus.
My Jeep, I don't know, it's a 90s YJ.
Another square headlight YJ. Man, we got a whole bunch of them this year.
Based Jeep. It's got a fuel-injected 350 in it.
Nothing
It's
wrong.
very basic. Turbo 350. Automatic. It's got a Dana 300 with a twin stick, 4-to-1 in it.
Old school
It's
setup,
got a
but it
GM
works.
14 bolt, GM 14 bolt in the back. 513 gears, Detroit lockers. It's 4-linked in the back with a basic set of coils. The front is got
Big old
14-inch
swampers on
travel
this thing. Old
Kings.
school.
On the front, it's 4-linked also.
4-link
It's
front and, so 4-link front and rears on it. It's quite the short wheelbase for that big of a tire. It's just an old school rig, which there is nothing wrong with that at all.
Detroit locker, basically the same stuff all the way around.
Correct.
It's got 35 spline Yukon axles, inner and outers. Big hubs on it. It's got full hydro steering on it. It's all PSC, dual-headed ram, coolers, all that stuff. It's got a big radiator in it.
Good.
It's got a full cage in it, all the safety equipment. it is a...
Which is important, guys. Like, for anybody, we are doing a full safety inspection at 24 Hallenbach, and that is like that is your last resort or your last enemy in that case. Like, safety and tech inspection is part of Hallenbach, especially this year.
I know how to drive it. Would love the opportunity to go wheel with you guys. That would be a big accomplishment for us.
Awesome.
We were invited to Top Truck Challenge in 2006, and we placed 5th in the nation in that.
Second time we hear that.
We've done on
Awesome.
off-road shop. We've done quite a few things. We build a lot of stuff. Very off-road enthusiast. Would love the opportunity to come wheel with you guys. So hope y'all look this over, and I hope we get picked.
Awesome, man. Really cool. Awesome application. Awesome old school rig. Somebody I know from my previous life as an event organizer and promoter. Cool to see you on here, man. Definitely. Thanks for the application. Good to see your rig on here. Old school as it gets, but hey, there's nothing wrong with this, and those are still the parts people run today and that are, that still work, obviously. So, big thumbs up. You guys can still vote for him. I'm going to see what you guys have to say. Tank Hatcher, thank you for your donation. Glad to see a live video again. I missed them. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Like I'm going to do more live videos again next year, probably whenever we have something to talk about. Will and I are definitely going to do a live video once the next Hallenbach adventure has released. I don't know, for those guys that are just now tuning in, the reasoning why we've been kind of absent from YouTube for a little bit is because we took on a project that turned out way bigger than we could have ever imagined, and it is so much content that just Yanni has been working around the clock for days and days and days, for months at this point, to get this done. It's a 3-part episode that we want to get 100% done before we start releasing the first one. We are so incredibly proud of this project, and it was such an epic, incredible trip that we want to have all of this perfect before we start releasing it, and then not have, weeks in between the releases. So we want to get them all done and then start releasing it. One of the best wheeling trips I've ever done, together with Will, Mr. Carnage, who's in the chat right now, and our good friend Max Dollinger. We went on an adventure of a lifetime. It was absolutely unreal. Five full days camping every night in hammocks in the middle of nowhere, no campgrounds, no nothing, 400 miles in between, or 400 miles of total trail coverage that we did, and no outside supports, no trailers, nothing, just us, our rigs, 3 good friends, 400 miles of wheeling, and all the way from Kentucky down to Tennessee, in places that most of you guys probably have never seen, never heard about, a lot of places that I've never seen, never heard about. And just something really, really special, and I can't wait to release. So that is the reasoning why we haven't really been posting a whole bunch on YouTube, because we thought, hey, let's do this trip, and we have the editing done in a month. And then we came back with more footage than 3 Hallenbachs, pretty much. It's the same, like average amount of footage for a Hallenbach times 3 is what we brought back home. So it takes a while to edit all that, but it will be worth it. So, Traveling Indians, $5. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we'll move on. So, we got 3 left. Joseph Tyler Carr.
What's up, everybody?
Bam.
This is going to be my submission for the 24-hour Hallenbach, which don't really sound like Hallenbach to me. It sounds like a good time.
Ha! You wait.
The Flex Rocks and Rollovers event they have did. And this is my rig right here. It's a pretty stock 97 Jeep Wrangler TJ.
I don't believe you.
It's a pretty cookie cutter build. LS 350 turbo, Atlas 3.8, 05, 60 front, 48s welded, 14 bolt rear, spool. It's got Comanche 35 spline inner and outer, drive slugs, Brannick 1550 joints, Adams drive shaft in the front, rear one I made. I built this whole thing from pretty much stock. I've had it for several years now. It was just a tub and a frame when I bought it. It had a 2.5 AX5 and 231 doubler, and I just wanted some more power, and then that's how it ended up the way it is today.
Okay, I want to see more of it. Show me more of it.
Yeah, I've been
It's a
wheeling
big old light bar you got there in the
literally my whole
front.
life. So is my kids. My wife, she was 39 weeks with our first child, still riding in razors and Jeeps. My second child, she was 38 weeks. I had both of them in the woods when they was probably 2 months old. So to say that this is our blood and what we do, it's what we do. I mean,
I love hearing
I
that,
live
man.
in
And
Middle
like the way you're
Tennessee,
saying
which,
that, man, it comes from your heart.
in my opinion, and probably yours too, is the mecca of the off-road.
Yes,
There's
sir.
so many great places, real close.
Something that a lot of people just don't realize. A lot of people that are not in the Southeast think, you know, Windrock is all we got, and that is so far from the truth. Like, I really do believe that Tennessee is the wheeling mecca of the entire country, almost, I would say, or one of them, at least in the top 3 of the best wheeling states in the entire country, with an insane amount of trails, an absolutely insane amount of trails, off-road parks, BLM stuff, private property that you can get permits to ride on, and that is also something that we're going to highlight a lot in the next Hell and Back adventure that we're currently working on. Like, we're talking about some private properties that you can legally ride by just going on a website and pulling a permit, and places you wouldn't believe. So yeah, you are absolutely right, sir. Tennessee is some of the best wheeling in the country.
To me, AOP's an hour. Golden Mountain was just there last weekend. It was 35 minutes.
Man, I love the amount of how many times Golden Mountain is being dropped in the chat here in the videos. Like, let's put that place back on the map. And I hate that I missed the last ride on it. But yeah, we will be back to Golden Mountain. I can't wait to wheel there again.
Windrock, 2 hours. New Harlan, 4 hours. Mayhem Off-Road, it's about 5 minutes. And,
there you go.
I growed up over there and growed up around, you know, cab trucks and four-wheelers and Jeeps, Sammys, Yodas. I mean, you name it, I've been into it all.
Okay.
Yeah, we love the wheel. It's the adventure that it brings you, just being out in nature, and you just never know what's going to happen. Here's a better view of the old girl, which it's got, you know, PRP seats and harness, and there's my little chain shifters I made.
I like that.
Of course, 43s, best tires there is out there, in my opinion. These old mud tires, they'll get you up the hill and back on the trailer. No need to worry about, you know, cutting a sidewall or having a winch. But it's back halved. There's about 2, maybe 3 feet of frame left from here to about right there. And of course, you know, it's got the PSC full hydro 2 by 10 inch. Got the catch can right here because it leaks diff fluid. If yours don't leak, you probably don't ride as hard as I do. 14 Fox front, 16 Radflow rear. There's where the factory frame ends in the front.
Yep, it's got a front half and a back half on it.
Front and rear. She's
rowdy.
She's pretty reliable. I've pulled a bunch of people off the mountain. Like I said, it's a pretty basic, simple rig. I mean,
I like it.
Simple. I have nylon brake lines, but they're not even hard lines. It works. And she does very well. I don't know if it's the rig or if it's just the driver behind it. And when I saw the video of the location being in the southeast, that really fired me up. I'm a diehard southeast wheeler.
Good.
I don't really care about going out west. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I think the southeast wheeling is harder to learn than it is riding on sandpaper out on the West Coast. I have a whole lot of clips of me and this little thing called Little Mule. I'm usually first in line, and none of my friends hardly ever record me. I'm always the one who gets out and records them.
Nothing wrong with that,
Clips I
man.
do have, I will insert now, and I hope to see y'all there.
That is rowdy. He was not kidding. Hood is optional, that's good. Definitely not afraid to get down. That is good.
Come on, JoJo, one-shot it.
Oh, music, I gotta kill it. Kill the sound. Woo! Oh man, I need to see that again. Woo! Awesome. Heck yeah. So, if you guys want to see Joseph Tyler, go vote for him in the live chat right now. Definitely a good video, good participant, good spirit, man. Really, really passionate about what he does. Well-built rig, likes to party, checks all the boxes in my book. So, gets a fat thumbs up. And you guys can vote for him in the chat. So, he's a little bribe money. I'm excited to get another chance to represent the Team Toyota on 24 Allenbeck. Give me that hat. Little River Off-Road. All right, man. Cool. Thanks for that. Jesus, it's raining like crazy outside. I hope you guys, it doesn't interrupt the sound too bad, and I hope power stays on. It is raining cats and dogs outside. Alrighty, cool. Hey, let's get this done. At least get the video applications out of the way. We got two more. Next up, really good buddy of mine, and excited to see your application. Haven't looked into it yet, but we're going to pull it up right now. You've seen him, actually. Mr. Jeremy Moody. He was part of Rain of Rock Shootout at Morris Mountain. He was part of that one. And a couple of videos we've just done in the Toyota where he joined me in his CJ, and I was riding the Toyota. We did Carpenter Cove together and River Rock Off-Road Park in Georgia. Definitely considered a good buddy of mine, great guy. It's definitely somebody that's way overdue to be part of a Hellenbeck at this point. But again, this is not about who's the closest to me and who's my good buddy and who isn't. Like, this is just, that would not be fair, and that is not how we roll, and that is why also our entire team has to vote on somebody and not just me. So there's more bribe money from 97 Shitbox TJ. Thank you, buddy. All right, Chris Kreiner apparently knows who Mr. Moody here is. So you can off-road, try harder. Cool. Alrighty, let's get into it. Jeremy Moody, my friends, with the Screamin Chicken.
Guys, my name is Jeremy Moody, and this is my Flex Rocks and Rollovers 24-hour Hellenbeck Challenge application. And I'm about to show you how we wheel in the Southeast.
There he is from the shootout. That was a good time, man. That was a real good time. Screamin Chicken.
So once again, my name is Jeremy Moody. I'm 47 years old. I do currently live in the Southeast. I live in Bremen, Georgia. Been living out in West Georgia pretty much my whole life. So I am very familiar with the trails out here, the riding style that it takes, just to get through and make it through all these obstacles. My home parks that I go to a lot, Choco, for short, Chocoloca Mountain over in Alabama, Morris Mountain, AOP in Tennessee, I've been to Hale Mountain several times over in Alabama before they shut that place down.
Me too. That's where I rolled my Jeepster.
Gulches. That's just to name a few here. That's where you'll find us. So I'm used to wheeling all these places. Can't wait. I'm super excited. Hopefully, this is what you're going to see in the next 24 hours.
Man, good old Screamin Chicken, dude. That thing is rowdy. And Jeremy is sure not afraid for skinny pedaling, man. He is a driver.
For Hell and Back Challenge, you will see this juggy on YouTube. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. I'm not going to lie. It is definitely a love-hate relationship, as probably are all of them. I bought this thing several years ago. It had 39 reds on it. It was a full Jeep back then, so I have back-halved it myself with the help of a couple buddies. It does have, as you can see, the 43-inch cut stickies on it.
Guys, go vote for Jeremy Moody now in the chat. Go vote.
14-inch Rafflos, which I absolutely love, tuned by Wizzo himself, and it works fantastic. 14-bolt rear end, of course. Still running the stock shafts. I've been real fortunate, knock on wood. Only problem I've ever had is out of motors and transmissions, but axle shafts, front and rear, everything has held up really well. 4-link front and rear, of course. 14-inch Rafflos in the front. Oh, they are 2.5s, by the way, Rafflos front and rear. The Kingpin, Dana 60 up front. Chromoly inner and outer shafts, of course, with chromoly U-joints. You got to know how to wheel this stuff down here. They make rev limiters down here for a reason. You will find yourself on it quite frequently. You know, I've probably wheeled, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea where we're going. Marvin said it's the southeast. I probably wheeled the trail
No,
that
you
we're
have
going
not.
on. So I may.
That is something I can proudly say. Yet again, I have found a place that is, maybe a handful of people, maybe 2 handful of people have ever been to that place. I mean, it's a private property. It's not usually a place that you can just go ride. There's no permits for it or nothing. The landowner is so gracious to let us ride there. And that's about all I can say so far. But yet again, something that is off the map, nothing you guys have seen before. And just probably the rowdiest thing. And I say that every year. But yet again, I think I found something that will one-up what we have done in the past by quite a bit. To a point where I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you guys, I am nervous. But it wouldn't be a 24 Hallenbeck if I wouldn't be nervous. I have to be nervous or it's not what it needs to be.
You have an advantage there on that? I don't know. We'll see. I have raced this Jeep multiple times.
Yep.
You may have seen it in the Outlaw Pro-Am series. I raced a few events with those guys. Came in second on one event, third place another event. I didn't race it last season in Pro-Am. Another reason I think you should pick me is I want to show you this. There she is right there, guys. I have raced this thing with Marvin before.
Rain or Rocks Shootout.
Rain or Rocks Challenge.
And he put on a hell of a show, guys.
Let me know what you think.
Back when he did Rain or Rocks Shootout with us, this thing was still had more body on it, and it was on 39-inch reds. But yeah, definitely gave it a run for its money, man. That was one of the most entertaining rides of that day. And man, Jeremy is a hell of a driver, hell of a guy. I would love to see him at Hallenbeck, definitely.
Talk to you soon.
But same with everybody else that has applied here today. Absolutely. Again, this is not a who is my buddy and who is not my buddy. That therefore we have more than one voice in this business, in this company, that gonna put out a word. And yeah, so much to that. Jeremy Moody, guys, go vote for him in the comments. In the comments. I keep saying comments. In the super chat. Bam. Voting is over. Cool. That's a good turnout, man. Awesome. Congrats. What else we got here? All right. What else are you guys talking about? Damn, there was a launch. Yes, sir. Moody is known to launch it. You said negative traction. I understand. Yes, for those people that are just now tuning in, the property that we have for this year's Hallenbeck, the trails that we have for this year, have negative traction. Like last year, the last couple of years, I would say the traction level was pretty good. Even New Hampshire, from all places, when we wheeled it Hallenbeck in New Hampshire, the traction in New Hampshire was pretty good. It was muddy, it was slick, it wasn't West Coast traction, but for East Coast, it was pretty good traction. Then we went out to Utah last year, obviously, like that was like it was almost too much traction. It was insane. Like it would rip your pants if you sit on a rock because it was so sharp and pointy and whatnot. It was crazy traction. This year will be exact opposite of that. Definitely. Ref limiters will be, sounding through the woods for miles and miles and miles. Lol, Tim Cameron 24-second Hallenbeck. Yeah, that would be dope, man. Timmy, man, if you ever see this, you're always welcome, dude. You can bring I'll stretch the rules for full tube chassis on that one, on that guy's way. No bolted tires. No, we can't do that. That's way too dangerous. For racing, I get it here and there, but like for what we do with camera people standing behind your rig, if one of these things flies off, you're dead. So no, bolted tires will not pass our tech inspection, okay? Cool. Alrighty, next one. Last one for today. Ooh, what is that? Oh, okay. Madness JK. Hey, he was part of our Flex Rocks Rollovers Wild Ride last year as well. So.
YouTube, this is Michael with my Jeep Madness. Some of you guys might remember this Jeep from last year.
Wild Ride, yes sir.
To the wild card ride out at Windrock with Flex Rocks and Rollovers. So this is my video submission for why we should be selected for the wild card for 24-hour hell and back.
First JK today. Am I wrong? Have we had JKs? Have we had anything more modern than a YJ? Yeah, LJs and TJs. Okay, but that's pretty much where it stopped. So, which is crazy. Crazy to think. I love our community, man. This is just amazing. So this is freaking, what's it called? Disney. Disney and dry
Since
season.
that ride, I've learned.
Oh, that was our wild ride. That is the Sand Mines. That was second day at the wild ride. Since that ride, I've learned
A lot about my build. We have swapped over from a supercharged 3.6 to a 5.3 LS.
Oh, it's got an
We've gone
LS
full
now.
Hydro. We've strengthened our roll cage. We've added some extra little things here and there.
Oh, and he learned about my shrink wrap technique here as well. I see.
Definitely have gotten used to what this Jeep can do. Now it's time to see if we can push it for 24 hours and how far we can take it.
Dude,
please.
Great to see your not your learning curve is the wrong word, but how you evolved and like how your rig has matured. That's awesome. You can vote for Michael in the super chat now, by the way, FYI. Our last video applicant for tonight. Dude, definitely have improved, dude. That's amazing. It's really good to see, dude. Like, we were pushing Mike quite a bit at the last wild ride, and it's great to see him like that is a whole different driver right there.
My name is Tessa. My name is Karina. This is our dad's 2014 LS Swap.
Damn.
And I think you should pick him because he is the best out bailing.
There you go.
So I think you should pick him.
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Thanks, Micah, for your video. That was great. So if you guys want to see Michael on Hell and Back, put in your vote right now. Bam. Switch back over here for a second. That was awesome. Thank you guys for all of these video submissions. We picked the best ones out and reviewed them all at this point. So thank you guys for staying with us. And I think now it's about time to go and check out some of the written applications / the photos from the written applications, because we don't want to leak all of your personal data to the internet. So we're just going to go through pictures. I picked out one photo per application, put your name in there so I can reference who you are. I hope that is okay. And that is pretty much it. So the votes for Michael are in. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very cool. Good deal. Let's see what... Three Jeeps that look the same. Cool. Okay. Cool. So, alrighty. Then let's close this down and jump right into the written applications. There we go. Switch my screen again. We're going to go into the wildcard folder and start right here at the top. This is just a random... I don't think I can go this way. This is a random organization. This is not like, no priorities and who we show first and last. It's just whatever my computer tells us to go first with. So, Russell Simmons, and I'm following you guys. Jen and her husband Russell built two really cool four-door JKs. I think Russell's, if I'm not mistaken, has an LS in it, or at least a little bit different powertrain than Jen's. And yeah, those guys have been around the block for a while. This is his. This is the one we're talking about here right now. Definitely a cool rig, and I know both of these guys beat their living tar out of their JKs. Both of them. This Jeep has been through more. This is probably the most beat Jeep JKU on the planet. For sure. She's they're both back half now, are kind of a buggy in the backside of now, and are wheeling pretty much almost every weekend from what I can tell of Instagram. So good to see you guys applying for the wild card. Definitely a couple that deserves to be a part of our of any Hallenbach, and cool to see you guys applying for this. So cool. Next one down, Mike Reidenbach. Why is it so slow? There you go. About the best photo I was able to find out the application. Killer shot. Doesn't show me too much. I would say it's a YJ, maybe a TJ, but from what I can tell dash-wise, that is definitely a YJ. Back half more buggy than Jeep, I would say. Still enough body left over to call it a Jeep. 43-inch Mickey Thompson stickies. Big old coilovers on it. Singles. Looks like a solid rig. Hell of a shot. Mike Reidebach. Let's see what you guys have to say. All right. I'm going to move on to the next guy. Joseph Semenchik. That looks like the Mammoth Trail. Yeah, Behemoth Trail breaking AOAA Cole Township. Behemoth, I think it's called the Mammoth, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe they've renamed it. Who knows? I haven't been there. But I have wheeled this trail up until maybe here, up until the second section starts, or third section, something like that. So this is as far as I made it back in my dad's YJ, the video on our channel as well. It's the world's longest rock garden, definitely, no doubt. It is a rock garden from hell, with boulders bigger than your freaking rig. So, super cool. Looks like a full tube chassis buggy. Rear suck down 43-inch stickies. Good deal. Thanks for the application, Joseph. Ben Brilds. Super cool looking rig. Very cool looking rig, actually. Very clean. Probably a very fresh build. Yeah, it's the little nubbin nipple thingies on the tires. YJ grill. Custom hood. Big old Warren winch. Full on tube chassis. Good looking rig. Very clean. This is probably when it was first built. So, Ben submitted an application. Definitely a nice looking rig, I gotta say. Very nice. 43-inch stickies. Could be a goat built chassis or something. Maybe something home built. I don't know, but very cool. Then Brian Napier. Cool rig. Good photo. This is it. Another YJ. So, twin stick crawler, my buddy's just saying in the comments, Ben is a cool dude. So, Ben was this guy. So, I got friends that vouch for you, Ben. Next one, Mike. Full-on tube chassis buggy. Kind of a unique look. Looks a little bit like a, what were they called? Scorpions or something? They used to be a buggy manufacturer way back in the days, I don't know, 15 years ago, called Scorpion buggies. And they looked very much like this. Pretty cool rig. Old school swampers on it, full hydro, bigger coilovers, headers exhaust dumping right there. Good looking rig, man. Mike. Here, Jennifer Sims. So, that is the wife of the very first rig we have looked at. I've been following her on Instagram for a long time. Wheels the heck out of her Jeep. Again, almost every weekend. One of the most beat up Jeeps, or beat up Jeep JKs on this planet, because she wheels it like she stole it. Definitely. Super cool chick. Wheels it really, really hard. Her and her husband are out there every other weekend, I would say, at least from what I can tell. And yeah, that Jeep does not live an easy life. And she's a heck of a driver. So definitely somebody that would deserve a spot at Hallenbach, from what I can tell from the things that I see online. And always awesome to see a chick wheel her Jeep as hard as it gets. Like, that Jeep doesn't have a straight panel on it anymore. That must be an old picture right there. Then a Toyota. See, we got him somewhere. They're hiding. But yeah, here's a Toyota. Is this East Coast? This might be East Coast. I hope this is East Coast. Toyota on some IROCs, solid axle front end, Aura eyes. Good deal, man. Zach Holmes. Cool to see. Thanks for the application. Definitely in need of a little bit more Toyota or anything other than Jeep, honestly. Then we got another, I would say a TJ, judging by interior. Clean build, cool color combo on some Mildstar 40s or 42s. Good looking rig, nothing wrong with it. Steve Norris. I like the cage too. Well, this is a stock bar, just added to it. That I like to see right here. That is a good taste, my friend. Love, thank you. Thank you for representing out there on the trails, man. Stuff like that. People rocking Flex Rocks and Rollovers decals on their pride and joy on their home build rigs, man. Nothing means more to me than seeing that. Seriously, you guys rocking our merchandise, our apparel, putting our stickers on your rigs. You have no idea what that means to me and our entire team. Really, really big thank you. Steve Norris, my friends. Cool rig. Next up. Ooh, that looks like sushi. Got a bob bed just like sushi. Must have been a long bed just like sushi. Same tire, says sushi. Heck yes. Looks like same year. Round headlight, first gen. Super cool. This is something I would like to do one day as well, but we got to keep it a sleeper for a little bit at least. But very, very cool rig. Hey, if you got if you got a driver door laying around, hit me up. I need one. But hey, awesome rig. Really, really cool to see. First gen Toyota. Ever since the New Hampshire Hallenbach, my buddy Brandon Trump that brought his first gen out there, I've grown a huge passion, big love for first gen Toyotas. Awesome truck, man. Very, very cool. Would love to go wheel with you in general, man. Just like, get the Toyotas out and go have fun with it, man. Not enough out there around where we live here, so anybody that's out there with rigs like these old beat up Toyotas, man. Once sushi is dialed in, there will be something coming, and we will go on shitbox adventures. I promise. It will happen. Ooh, WJ, from what I can tell, grill in it. Full on buggy, obviously, but kind of like the idea of that. Cut boggers. Man, she's a party. Ethan Simpson. Awesome rig, man. Reggie. I know that guy. We've wheeled together at San Hollow. I don't know if we wheeled anywhere else, but we've wheeled together in San Hollow. Cool rig, dude. Hell of a driver, for sure. I can vouch for his driving. Good driver. Knows his rig well. Very cool. Thanks for your application, buddy. Good old Cherokee. Chance. Nothing wrong with the Cherokee, dude. Would love to see one on Hallenbach as well. Cool. Very cool. Oh, Rick Collins. We've wheeled AOAA together. The day before we did Mammoth, we went on the ride together. Gold build chassis, super cool guy, 43 Swampers. Really, really cool guy. Yeah, definitely would love to wheel with you again, for sure. Rick Collins, ladies and gentlemen. The Instigator. Ooh, that's a different one. The guys at Green Country Off-Road that I built my Jeepster with built a white YJ called the Instigator years ago, before my Jeepster. But must be a different one. Had a completely different roll cage in it and whatnot, but Also, a white YJ called Instigator. So it is the year of the YJs, my friends. That one is for sure. Got a LS in it. Full hydro, 43 stickies. Nice looking Jeep, man. Very, very cool. Mike Bentley. Very clean Jeep. I love YJs. And it's great to see how many YJs we got applying this year. Oh, Cam Beasley. Man, what a cool dude, man. I still hate that this happened. But in all of my mess with the things I had going on, grandma passing away, me having to travel to Germany, unfortunately, me and this dude would have had a video together. I got invited to come out to one of the X-Rock events into Pennsylvania and ride with him, and him kind of teaching me how to drive something like this, a moon buggy like this. Definitely something that's still on my list that is going to happen at some point. Unfortunately, time and circumstances didn't play along this time, so we couldn't make it happen, but awesome to see you applying for this. Definitely a super cool rig, and he has done a lot of great things with it. Won a bunch of East Coast rock crawling competitions, and heck, hell of a driver. So, another YJ, beat up Southern Pride YJ, there you go. Old Hummer wheels, cool, on leaf springs, basic build, but nothing wrong with it. Ricky Sefelder, cool rig, man, love YJs, always will. Mark Quam Jr., that is crazy looking right here, I like that a lot. Some good years on it. Trailing arms in the back. Roll cage on it. Good looking rig, man. Very, very nice looking rig. That does not look like East Coast, which nothing wrong with it, but it definitely looks like you're a little bit further away. Oh, there's a license plate that says California. That will be a haul, my friend. Not saying that you can't do that, and but you know, there will be a year next year where we will be closer to your state again, where we will come back to the West Coast at least. But thank you anyways, Mark, for your submission. Awesome looking TJ. This is rowdy. What do we have here? I have no idea what this was. Hamid. Wow. Probably some sort of Toyota a long time ago. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, rowdy rig, man. Very cool looking buggy. Another one, Tegan Richardson. Good looking. Yeah, it's a buggy. Is that a thing? No, it's a two-seater. Cool looking rig. Also West Coast rig, but good looking car. Which is, see what I did there? It's West Coast, so they call this a car, not a buggy. Oh, how awesome. So, Lucas Crane, we've talked on Instagram before. This guy is from, I mean, he would definitely get the trophy for furthest traveled. He's from Australia. This rig is a tough truck competition Jeep. If you guys have ever heard of tough truck, it's not the top truck competition what we had here. It's the Australian tough truck competition, a gnarly rock crawling competition down under in Australia. Super wild rig. You see portal axles on this thing. I don't know if they're Unimog or Volvo. It's kind of hard to tell. But like this thing has ginormous coilovers on it. Flex like I've never seen it before. It looks broken. That's as much flex as this thing has. And he messaged me and said he would be willing to ship this thing all the way from down under to the United States, which is crazy. Crazy to think about. So Lucas Crane, definitely awesome. And here you can see the license plate from Tough Truck Challenge in Australia, 2023. So very, very cool to see, man. Man, it's crazy where people apply from to be part of Hell and Back, all the way from down under. Oh man, this thing is awesome. What a beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. I've actually looked again. I've put all these pictures here together, and I remember this guy's from Washington State, so probably too far away to participate in the East Coast Hell and Back this year. But definitely a hot candidate for next year. Would love to see a video application from you, Logan, for next year. This is beautiful truck, gorgeous color combo, overall proportions, setup. Wow, what a cool machine. I would love to see trucks like this more out here on the East Coast. Like, Yes, it's a little bit long probably, but like you've done a killer job of keeping it where you're not really gonna hit more trees than you would in a Jeep setup. So this is top notch. Very, very nice, Logan. Cool truck. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about something like this. Should sushi evolve one day into something like this? I don't think so. I feel like it's like kind of the same thing, or like I already have the Jeepster that does what this does essentially. Maybe not, but close. I don't know. Super cool. 10 plus points, plus 10 points for the dog. Yeah, super cool photo too. Beautiful sunset. This is what West Coast know. Like they know how to do a good sunset. Yeah, this is beautiful. Oh, another Toyota. There you go. This looks more like East Coast too. Cool. Good old pit bull tires. Oh man, this is cool. Good looking truck. Cool looking truck. Marcus Waltz, thank you for your submission. Very cool, Rick. Very cool. I'll look deeper into your application, see where you're from, but this looks good. This looks really cool. Thank you. Good exo cage too. Good, looks good. Nothing too crazy. Then, oh, I thought this was Rory for a second. It looked like Rory's record for a hot minute. What are we talking about? This guy or this guy? I'm assuming this guy. This looks like Johnson Valley, so you're very far away for something in the southeast, but still, thank you, and maybe something for next year. Very cool truck. And like I said, it doesn't mean just because you're on the West Coast you can't be chosen for this year, but it usually ends up being that when you say, hey, where the event is, and oh no, then I'll keep my information for next year. But we'll still, if we to say, hey, this is the guy, this is somebody you want to reach out to, we will still reach out no matter where you're from. Another TJ, LJ, Kurt Hess. Oh, Kurt, wait a minute. Now I'm confused. Different rig, different driver, different Kurt. I don't remember Kurt's last name. The guy that we had a application. Yeah, it's definitely a different Kurt. Way different rig. Very cool rig. Anyways, some Swampers, full hydro. Kurt Hess. Nice. A Bronco. There you go. That's something different. Very cool. Man, old classic Bronco. I would feel bad to beat this thing up. Beautiful truck. Very pretty. Sean. Very, very killer rig. 40 to 42 inch traps, coilovers, very nice. Another TJ. Interesting. Cool. On IROX, 4 links. Good looking Way of Life sticker, man. What do you guys have to say about this? East Coast from PA. Man, I'm sweating over here. Search. He is out here with those Mountain Havoc guys. Not sure who we talk about. Oh, the extra cab, the Toyota guy, maybe? Maybe. Very nice. Cool looking rig. Matthew. No regrets. Heck yeah, dude. It's a good name for a rig. I like it. I've seen this thing on Instagram before. Different grill, like a home build kind of Willis looking Jeep grill. Kind of like a rusty patina look. Yeah, I like how far the front axle is pushed forward. Looks good. Very cool. Mark Lutzig. Cool. Good looking car. Oh, Nick LeBlanc. Definitely a all-time favorite here on the channel. He put out a show at the Rain of Rocks in Texas. Rain of Rocks, our second Rain of Rocks we've ever done, was in Texas at Katemsi Rocks. Nick was there, put a beat down on this rig. From what I've heard, he has a 6-liter LS in this thing now, stick shift. Really, really cool. Would love to see this thing run again and participate in the event. He definitely is not afraid to beat the snot out of this thing. Hell of a driver, really good dude. Awesome. Great to see you applying. I haven't seen you out on the trails in a hot minute or anything coming, so I'm assuming that you submitted it. Everything is dialed in and ready to roll. I know you've had some bad luck with your engine, but you're applying. I hope everything's good now. The rig is ready to rock and roll. Definitely a hot candidate there as well. And something, I mean, it's still a Jeep, but, at least an XJ. There's Kirk Davis. We've already talked about him. We've seen his wildcard video application. Awesome shot, by the way, standing on the tire like that. Pretty killer. Ooh, this is Kobe Geigel. Oof, beautiful. Old Willis truck. Beautiful. Very, very cool. Big old Warren 8274 on it. Full hydro, 43 stickies, back half. But man, that is beautiful. What a cool Jeep. Kobe. What do you guys think of this one? I love it. I love it. Man, my heart in old Jeeps. Definitely got my vote. I love it. Oh man, Carter. So Carter has a YJ. He's somewhat local to me. Beautiful Jeep. Mikey Grubb built this whole thing. Mikey Grubb, you guys may remember from the 24 Hallenbeck in Oklahoma. He built this whole thing and built a piece of, he built an amazing Jeep. Like, Mikey is so talented, and Carter's vision behind this Jeep and how simple yet futuristic he wanted his Jeep. Dude, it turned out so awesome. I got to see it in different build stages. Haven't seen it honestly since it's completely finished, but one of my favorite YJs out there. Carter knows how to drive it. Super funny guy. He was Scott Grubb's passenger at the Oklahoma Hallenbeck, with the most legendary exit interview of all times. Also somebody that really would have my vote, man, because awesome guy, hell of a driver, incredible Jeep, not afraid of the skinny pedal at all, has Scott Grubb's spicy old 5.3 in it, also with a stick shift behind it. Really good Jeep, really, really, really good Jeep, good candidate, would definitely be on the hot seat for 24 Hallenbeck, definitely. Yeah, Beer League for president. Beer League is the name of this rig. Oh, man, that would be awesome. Oh, got another LJ. Stretched to the moon. Definitely. Wow. That thing is long, but cool. Somewhere in Moab, looks like on Cane Creek, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm correct, this is the side lot on Cane Creek. Jake. Cool Jeep, man. Super, super long LJ. With a fastback cage, 43s. Looking good, man. Very cool. Thank you. Oh, man, that is also beautiful. YJ? Yeah, it's a YJ. Cool rig. 39 Reds, maybe 37s, but more like 39s, both sides. Really clean looking Jeep. Very nice. Ben Alcox. Cool rig. Very nice. I love it. Oh, Cameron Hoover. Hey, Oreo the XJ. Definitely, we've never met, but super cool chick judging by her Instagram. Definitely likes to party. Got a XJ on 1 tons on 40s, and yeah, sends it everywhere she goes. Definitely cool to see. Thanks for the application. She wanted to do a video application too. Let's see if we can get one in before Sunday. Definitely cool to see. Cool to see her rig. Definitely likes to party, and yeah, she's a rowdy one, based on what I can tell from Instagram. So, very cool. Thank you. Oh, and Alex, man, definitely a cool, what a cool dude, man. We've met a few times. We wheeled together a few times as well. Yeah, cool dude, likes to party. Recently put this thing on the roof at Morris Mountain. I saw the pictures, broke my heart, but I think didn't get damaged very hard. On RBD, I think. But yeah, wheels all over the country with the guys from Rockstar Garage. Definitely also somebody that likes to party and throw down. Cool looking rig, and has been all over the country, man. Definitely has a lot of trail miles and a lot of sea time on him, and I think it's still got a 4.0 in it. Yeah, party rig for sure, man. For sure. Alex is a good driver, likes to send it. This rig has been all over the country, so hot candidate right there as well. We got John Moore. John Moore on some stickies, real shiny wheels on some really beat up 43 SXs. Nothing wrong with it, though, at all. I'm pretty sure we've wheeled together as well. Pretty familiar, it looks like very familiar looking rig. Maybe no, I don't know. Hard to tell. But yeah, LJ, I would say. Yeah, it's an LJ 43s. Yeah, good setup. Joseph Carr, we watched your your video submission already. Jesus. Cool, man. Jesus got a TJ, I would say that is. Good looking setup, man. 43 I think those are 43s, some RCVs, full hydro, front half kit, like looks like a full motor build everything. Looks good. Cool looking Jeep. Little tall maybe? Maybe it's just the pictures. But what do you guys say? William is freaking stirring the pot again. What do we have here? Jacob Hall. I think he said this was an Xterra. Maybe I'm confusing him. It looks like it's more of an extra cab Toyota or something. Whatever is left of it. But yeah. On some good old boggers, this thing has seen some stuff, to say the least. Cool though. Nothing wrong with it, man. Whatever gets you out there, whatever, makes you live your hobby and have fun out on the trails. Thank you for your submission, man. Jason Gruss, nothing more we need to say about it. We saw his awesome application. We saw his application last year. Ah, man, what a beautiful, beautiful Jeep. All right, we're going to skip over this one again. Like I said, we already talked about him earlier. Oh, Jason Varelli. So this doesn't look like it's anywhere near done, but if it is, I definitely want to go wheel with you again. We wheeled at Black Mountain, Harlan, Kentucky before. This, believe it or not, guys, is a late model 4Runner and it's currently getting, I don't know what he's throwing in there, but something really big and really rowdy. Like it's solid axle swap, big bell RCVs, 43s, full-on exo cage. This thing is nasty. This is the craziest, nastiest 4Runner or late model 4Runner I have ever seen, and it's absolutely insane. So getting a full front half tube chassis work done, man, this thing is going to be gnarly. I haven't seen this setup yet. I've seen his previous setup. We have a video on him on our YouTube channel as well. Rowdy. So I can't wait for all this to be done. Not a dime, not an expensive spirit building this thing. I'm telling you, this is completely out of this world. So hot candidate, but from what I can tell here, probably not done in time. And Hallenbeck is not an event to bring a fresh build. Like we've had luck a few times, but I try to avoid it. I try to avoid having somebody do a shakedown run during Hallenbeck. Ooh, that is pretty. Very pretty Jeep. Ironman off-road, trailing arms in the back, 42 reds. My favorite, big old 8274 Dale. Cool Jeep, goat build. Oh, this might be, this is a goat build chassis under here, I think. I'm pretty certain this is a goat build chassis, like what Ian Johnson was running at 24 Hallenbeck in Oklahoma. Like I see the goat build logo in here, 6.2 liter. Oof. Rowdy. And this looks like the square frame is looks like a goat build chassis. Very nice, very nice. Another XJ, Mark. Cool. I like that. He took the whole side off. No more he has a B pillar in 2-pillar form, but no more doors, no more nothing. So pretty rough down. I like it. I like the bumper, high clearance. The fenders kind of clearance themselves. Looks good. Very cool. This looks like northeastern territory, if I can. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like northeast from the picture. Chris O'Brien, another LJ. Yeah, LJ on some Maxis. Beadlocks. It looks like a 44. Doesn't look too massive, at least. Yeah, cool looking Jeep, man. Chris O'Brien. Thank you. Somebody sending it up a sand dune. Looks like Moab or Sand Hollow or anywhere out west, honestly. Randy. Cool. Very cool. Yep. Jeremy Moody. My buddy. Yeah, we were just watching his video. So, also somebody. We just reviewed their video application. Brett Pellet. Getting rowdy. I think we also reviewed his video application. I think that was, what was his name here on the Hidden Oaks Holdings LLC. I might be wrong, but looks very similar. Tyler Frazier. Like, the name is hilarious. I'm sorry, but that's just funny to me. Yeah, one of the Trail Trash guys. Yeah, also somewhat local to me. Yeah, definitely cool rig. Funny guy, likes to party. Yeah, definitely a cool rig, man. Like, really good looking Jeep. Man, awesome. I've seen this thing live a few times. Very cool. Thank you for submitting your rig and your application. Definitely, yeah, could be something, man. Casey Carson. Full on tube chassis rig on some reds. Looks good. Again, never say never, but just like I'm trying to keep this Hellenbeck as full bodied as I possibly can. Not saying you have zero chances, but your chances are definitely a bit slimmer if it's a full on tube chassis with no body on it. It's, you know, the amount of risk that you take by throwing your rig in this is less. It's less relatable to people because it's, in the eyes of a lot of people out there, it's a spaceship on wheels. You know, it's not relatable to them. So something, you know, I'm speaking honest with you guys, like something that we have to look at, you know, on a production standpoint. Again, nothing that I would completely exclude. I would never exclude anybody. And with the right character, the right application and whatnot, you can always make up for a lot. And we always do have full-on tube chassis rigs in our Hellenbeck. But yeah, still, thank you for applying, Casey. Another Toyota, finally. Oh, she's got some crumbles going on back here. That's how we like it. Very cool. 4Runner. Looks good, man, on some Swampers. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Cody, thank you. Yep. We talked about this guy. Definitely watched his application. And yeah, did a killer job on his video application. Thank you for that again. Awesome looking Comanche. Hopefully an inspiration for Will to get one going. Awesome, man. Thank you. Oh, that was it. That was the last one. Last video application, guys. We made it, written application. We made it through all of them. Wow. 2 hours and 40 minutes. That was quite a while, guys. And we still got some people watching. Awesome. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, we've now gone through every single video application and every single photo application, or written application in that case. Thank you guys for watching. Now all that's left is, like, find somebody here to win a hat. And I'm going to make this faster now than usual because we didn't have that many this time, and I can probably just improvise this. So I have all of those guys here, and I'm just going to scroll and stop and close my eyes, and wherever my cursor lands is who we're going to pick, okay? So here we go. Bam. Jesse Maston. Jesse Maston, please, if you're still on here, reach out to me on either Instagram, Facebook, email, however you want. I need your address and your hat of choice. And you can look at all the hats either in this video or go online on our website and you can see them all there. So you're the lucky winner of a hat today. And thank you for donating. And yeah, I say that is pretty much it. On Sunday afternoon sometime, we're going to make a post across all of our social media accounts and let you guys know who the winner of this year's FRR wildcard is. Thank you for everybody that participated and has submitted an application. Right now, you still have, a day time pretty much if you still want to submit one. Sunday morning, we're going to all get together here and look through it and make a final decision on this. And then we will announce the winner on Sunday, and the rest of the lineup you guys will find out in the first video. And as always, 24 Hellenbeck, as you guys hopefully know by now, always releases throughout the month of December. So we're going to start wheeling here again. September 6th to the 8th is the actual shooting date, and then we need some time to edit this whole thing and prepare everything. And then throughout the months of December, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube channel, ready for the holidays. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited for this year's 24 Hellenbeck, the 6th season already. Crazy, 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 crazy. And so far, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Another live stream in the books. Thank you guys for sticking with me that long, watching through all of this, voting, submitting, doing all the things. You guys are awesome. And yeah, I see you guys on Sunday, I guess, or at least via Instagram stories, posts, and whatnot. We will blast this information out there. And all of you guys that have been watching, help us to spread the news. And Jesse, reach out to me for your hat so we can get that shipped to you. So thank you guys for watching. I see you guys maybe at Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion next week. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.